Accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
Welcome to Optus Stadium, folks. A big afternoon of footy here in the West. Josh Kennedy saying goodbye, and he's just come out onto the ground. What a superstar he's been for the West Coast Eagles. And, of course, Adelaide have their own celebration in Rory Laird. He's playing game 200. So much to talk about. It is West Coast up against Adelaide. Lockie Reading commentary alongside Tommy Atkinson. He's got his JK T-shirt on. What a nuffy you are right now.
I think you're allowed to wear it on a day like today, aren't you?
What a nuffy.
Well, I think regardless of who you support and stuff, you can wear an X.
X-Man, is he allowed to wear a JK T-shirt? I mean, you're promoting Triple M, which is fantastic.
Mate, sorry, Locke, I'm out of the boat with you on this one.
Oh, no.
If you want to be nude, painted Josh Kennedy, I don't care what you want to. You can use the beard as pubes and you're laughing.
You know,
if you want to be JK today, be JK, because he's been an exceptional talent. Just looking at the highlights on the screen as we speak, and a gun footballer, but a bloody good bloke too.
5,000 of these they've sold.
Yeah.
These shirts.
How much cash is that for the West Coast?
$250K. And Amber's just said, I hope JK's getting a
JK doesn't.
Little bit of a...
JK doesn't miss too many opportunities to...
He likes his money.
The hand goes out every now and then, and he's happy to tuck it away when he gets it.
Someone's turned my mic off deliberately.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Producer Bradley. So West Coast today with they had JK warm-up T-shirts on. West Coast were told to bring those shirts back, get them washed because they run out. So they actually needed them.
Right?
Have you seen online? They are selling every one of Josh Kennedy's jumpers from every round this year, auctioning every single one of them.
JK's got to be,
that's where JK's hands will be.
What about
JK going around. Oh, am I going to go around again this year or not?
It's okay. I've got a print out another one.
Oh, Brit's
keen. She's really keen.
She's keen to get in.
What about go on, X-Man, go on.
He was saying he wasn't sure whether he was going to go around again. Now, if I'm saving the jumpers from round one onwards, fair indication he knew.
He knew he was.
How many?
And he wore a new jumper every week, which is not always the trend.
4 jumpers today, do you think? One each quarter?
Minimum.
Well, he had his 700 jumper as well because he changed that, remember, at three-quarter time or half-time. Whenever he kicked his 700th goal, he changed the jumper and put a newie on. So,
clever.
Mate, he's going to be a very wealthy man if he isn't already. But, of course, Rory Laird celebrated game 200. He's a superstar.
Well, he's in a rare form, and if Adelaide were a fraction better, he'd be a Brownlow fancy.
Yeah.
So, moving from the midfield, there's a patch of footy there where he overused the handball, I think. He had 29 to 30 handballs a game. But the Rory Laird, who's the superstar, is tough, kicks it well, and finds plenty of the football. And I don't know whether West Coast tag today or just go head-to-head and try and make it a great game for Josh's final game. But he's exceptional.
He could have 40 today.
If he's left alone, he will have 40.
Absolutely. This is the Triple M footy preview for TaylorMade Golf, the all-new stealth driver from TaylorMade, with a 60-layer carbon face that delivers unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Righto, just memories of JK. We'll get into the game and who's going to win and how it's going to unfold. But memories of
Vegas,
JK. I was going to start with off-field first of all.
No, the best footy trip I ever went on was to Dampier. And just a good bloke in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, he's just a good guy, mate. There's no bells and whistles. You sit there and you think, Christ, this bloke's a superstar of the AFL.
Yeah.
He could be the full forward at Northampton. Like, that's how he treats everyone. Just a normal country bloke. Yeah, he's exceptional.
So he came over.
Here we go.
Don't sog the boys.
He came over, all right. Straight off field. We're not talking about on field because we've all seen what he does. But I think first or second year, came over to my joint one day, right? Got over about midday, right? It was about a Sunday.
Oh, no.
Had a big cook up, right? So I put all the food on, the meat, the steak, did a bit of seafood. It was fantastic.
Cooking with embers.
Yeah.
Cooking with embers. Now, JK, right, he came over, he brought 1 bottle of Chardonnay, right? Let's leave it at that, right? Got over at midday, right? And at 10 o'clock that night, right, his missus said it's time to go. Now, anyone that knows JK and me knows that we probably drank a little bit during the day.
Right.
At 10 o'clock, right, when he stumbled out of my joint, you know what he did? He grabbed the bottle of Chardonnay that we didn't drink, and he tried to take it home. And his missus is going, how dare you? Emma just put the whole day on. And he's trying to take the bottle of Shardy that he came with.
Actually, there's one rip.
Couldn't believe it.
End of season 2014. We may have gone a bit late into the evening, first round. We probably went a little bit too far. Anyway, we woke up and JK said, all right, boys, my house, 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever. So, oh, shit, it's early, but we'll turn up.
Have a crack.
Sat out the back of his joint, got a fire, and it was as frosty as anything. JK was having a Barney with the missus. So we went to the Wembley Hotel, which was about 100 metres away, and he goes, what do you do? I said, mate, we send flowers. Yeah. So he's delivered flowers to Lauren's place. Let's just say he needed more than a bunch of flowers.
That's the mindset of JK. You know what? Probably the best thing to do is go home and see your missus. No, we'll stay at the Wembley.
And order flowers.
And we'll get the florist to deliver the flowers.
All righty, we've got a lot to talk about, and it's more than just JK, of course, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. We might head down to the Boundary, because Britt Taylor, was it a big day yesterday?
Nah, we're not. She's a bit hungover.
Is she?
So we'll just give her a minute to get some. She's going to get a glass of water on.
Oh, okay. Is that Reggie Didge?
Actually, Britt.
I am not.
Just quickly, Britt, how did you get downstairs? Because you've left your Triple M pass up here.
Oh, Embers, if you just walk anywhere with confidence around here, you just get straight where you want to get.
Straight in, you reckon? I like it.
No, Zave's just making things up. Yesterday on Dead Set Legends, I missed the morning, and all of a sudden I'm getting messages saying, how are you going with hand, foot and mouth disease? I was like, what is going on? He'd said that I was diseased, and now today I'm hungover, and I am not. So
you had a big night last night, though, didn't you?
It was the Racing Awards night, so it was a long night.
And did you host that?
I did.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Best behaviour.
Okay.
What about the shirts next to your lock?
Yeah, this is...
They're Josh Kennedy shirts.
Yes. Explain it, Lock.
Well,
Triple M during the week.
It's a nice big shirt. This one would fit the Beast, I reckon.
Well, there is a 3XL there for the Beast to wear.
This is the 3XL. This is a white T-shirt, and it says, thanks, JK, number 17. 700 goals. Josh Kennedy, TYJK. But it's got the wrong JK. It's got Sydney's Josh Kennedy. Who came up with that gag?
Yeah, Zave, whose gag was that?
Oh, mate, how many people fell for that? Like, come on. You idiots.
The Daily Mail?
No, everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was on Fox. Come on. The wrong Josh Kennedy's head was on it. Jesus Christ, how'd that happen?
The worst thing about that is about 10 companies online that are selling that shirt now.
Is that right?
So we get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Getting nothing at
Can't
all.
wait to see what the shirt says when the other Josh Kennedy retires.
We might do the other.
We might do that one too,
Had
you
a bit of
reckon?
an injury today too.
Did he?
This season
Yeah,
could be over,
not the big not the same hamstring.
Yeah, different hamstring. So fingers crossed for him because they'll be playing finals footy. They're a very good team. The
They had a big win against North Melbourne earlier today, Lock.
Correct, Britt. Of course, brought to you by Bob Jane T-Marts. Look after you. Buy 3, get 1 free. Plus instant cash back on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online today, bobjane.com.au. How is the crowd down there, Britt? We're expecting hopefully over about 50,000.
Well, it's probably been as busy as I've seen it walking in quite some time, so I think they've come out in force to farewell JK, and really nice to see down here his family do a guard of honour, so all of them lined up just walking past. Nice to see.
Sold out, Lock.
Mum and stepdad, of course, tossing the coin as well, so they'll be doing that very soon. JK's making his way over there. You keep an eye on that, Tommy.
Yes.
Because we've got to get some matchups about the game, not just about JK, or maybe you'll just say who's going to play on JK and who's going to maybe tag Rory Lev. SKG Radiology now bulk billing on all rebatable services.
Well, it is funny. You don't know where the Simo goes, right? We're just going to go head-to-head and try our hardest. But looking at the moment as the coin toss goes up, JK and Rory Laird standing in the middle of the ground. Someone has to go to Rory Laird, and I don't care. Is it maybe a Xavier O'Neill? Could be the opportunity there to go to him. He needs another string to his bow to remain on the list, essentially. So, and JK, the roar because he won the toss, you might be able to hear through the effect line. I think we're going to get a bit excited if he gets to the football today. But keep an eye on Brodie Smith too. A very, very good player, and off the back of a very, very good game last week.
Tommy Barras and Tex Walker are going to be an absolute fantastic matchup, I reckon. Barras has had a huge 4 weeks.
What do you reckon they do with Ben Keys? He played forward last week, doing a roll on Sard. West Coast simply don't have that player.
I think back of that, Ben Keys probably should go back in the midfield. I think what I've been really impressed with Adelaide this year, their contest work has been good, but just the way that they spread from that stoppage, and that's an area where West Coast have been quite poor. So guys like Laird, and Berry, they just run really hard, and you throw Keys into that mix as well, the game's going to get played in Adelaide's forward half, you would think, if those guys can really get hold of this game.
All right, that was the Triple M footy preview for TaylorMade Golf, the all-new Stealth driver from TaylorMade with a 60-layer carbon face that delivers unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Beastie, welcome to you very quickly before the bounce of the footy.
I'm still confused about that T-shirt. I thought that was the correct Josh Kennedy, wasn't it?
Oh, no, Beast. Let's just get your
too many
stats right.
chair shots.
All right.
Too many chair shots over the career.
Good to have you back on Triple M, Beast.
Thanks, mate.
Don't think I'm going to let it slide that you did.
Rumour mill?
Surprised you're not sitting in a different box today,
Oh,
Beast.
hang on.
Hello.
We'll talk more about that.
Jordan Butts has got the match up on Josh Kennedy.
And
Good
the
luck.
last game for JK. Take it away, Tommy.
Thanks, Locke. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. As the Eagles say, farewell to Josh Kennedy. It's Nat Newey in the middle. Just tries to get around the ruck contest. Can't get a tap. Rioli starts in the middle. Roves it, gives it to Luke Shuey. Back to Rioli. On the foot, little grubber kick. That was clever. Ends up with Hearn. Now to Kelly, who gets the outer side. His kick was good and finds Gaff.
Oh.
In fact, it's not going to be paid. It's a turnover. It's Mitch Hinge on the far side for the Crows. Kicks inside 50. Up on a lead here is Fogarty. He can't gather, but just taken nicely. Handed off to Laird. Here he is, the busy man. Starts well, nails the goal. It's stiff on Andrew Gaff out wide, and Rory Laird makes him pay. Crows off to a flyer, 1 straight 6. The Eagles yet to score. We are 40 seconds into the first term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Here's Zaven Embers.
Not one match-up either at the centre bounces. Ball went up and the midfielders went in every different direction there. So Rory Laird, I mean, if you start so well in a game, that might set Simo someone too. So kicking a goal within the first 30 seconds of the game might be a concern, but he just pushed forward. Nice snap across his body on the Harvey Norman replay. Adelaide up and about, his 200th game.
Yeah, Laird coming off 32 disposals, 8 clearances, 8 score involvements last week to go with 12 tackles on the Reds Atlantic stats.
One of the best ways you'll ever start a 200th game. Inside a minute, you kick a goal in front of 50,000 over here at Optus Stadium. We bounce the footy again. O'Brien and Nat Nui. O'Brien got tapped to it. Laird's caught in a tackle on this occasion. Somehow gets it out. Shuey hand passes, but it goes to O'Brien. He can't trap it. Cripps is over the top of the footy. The hand pass is a quick one to O'Neill for West Coast. His one will be turned over. McAdams stole it out of his hands. A little short pass is a good one from Worrell out wide, although it was fumbled. The Eagles with the numbers. Foley to Hearn. The chip out wide will come off okay. Xavier O'Neill's taken it. Defensive side of the wing, far side. 1 straight 6, plays nothing. Adelaide lead it. 2 minutes gone in this first term as he kicks it along the line in the direction of Darling, but jumping in front, O'Brien takes a handy mark. The big ruckman up and about early.
I like that by O'Brien. He just went off Nick Natanui. He read the footy, the flight of it, to a good mark. Good start by him.
Little handball off the run around from Brodie Smith.
And the handball as well, Tommy. Ruckman just doing his job. Good mark, and then gave it straight to Brodie Smith.
To Fogarty. Loves playing against the Eagles, Darcy Fogarty. The big kick's inside 50, but Liam Duggan's all by himself. Taking an easy mark. He's been consistent the last few weeks, Duggo. Of course, Triple M zone. Goes short to Shannon Hearn. We think he'll go on next year, X.
Yeah, lock it away, Tommy. Dead set certainty. Watch him retire next week.
Coaching role maybe included in the old pay packet. Of course, the off-field cap's gone up by $500,000 next year. So Foley goes long to the wing, looking for Ryan over his head. Dawson inboard to Hamill. And ends up back here with Murray. His kick smothered by Waterman, did well, and then he picks it up. It's going to bounce nicely for Ryan. If it does, he's away. He just taps it and hand pass away to Shuey. He's Shuey, the skipper, goes back to Ryan, put him in trouble. Just a scrappy kick inside 50. Here's Kennedy, but going back Jones. Great courage with a fly to the footy, taking a nice mark in front of the milestone man, Josh Kennedy.
That was a beauty from Jones. They'll kick through the middle of the ground. So Adelaide lead it by 6. No score yet for the West Coast Eagles. Keys has it, spreads it out wide. It was a little high, though, for his teammate in McHenry. But, though, Laird's there to help him out. He'll hand pass to McHenry. He'll run to 48, wants to handball it off. The handball's a good one to Berry. His kick was smothered or touched. It didn't travel the distance. Short pass from Jones, no good. Now a kick at goal going Hinge's way. And he's kicked the goal. Nice one from 35, 40 metres out. Sloppy footy in the end from the West Coast Eagles. And Hinge closed the door on them. 2 straight 12. West Coast yet to score.
Andrew Gaff has got to be a bit stronger in the contest, doesn't he? We saw him could have got a free kick on the outer side earlier in the game. That cost West Coast a goal, but that particular time, short kick, he drops a chest mark and the pressure comes and Hinge makes them pay. I know it wasn't a great kick, but Andrew Gaff's better to be able to wrap that up. But Chase Jones, that mark in the back half, coming back with a fly to the footy in front of JK, absolutely sensational, set the goal up for Adelaide.
So 2 drop marks to Andrew Gaff and a couple of goals for the Adelaide Football Club. They're off to a flyer, 2 straight. West Coast yet to score from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy, and of course you can catch a quarter-pounder range meal and score a free Macca's glass. Start collecting today. The umpire's going to bounce it again. It feels unusual to be here on a sunny Sunday afternoon. Weather's been teeming down the last couple of weeks in the west.
Sick of winter.
So over the top, O'Brien tapped it down. Berry might run onto this. He does, but he's tackled and almost fell over. Little hand pass going to come out. It's going to be a free kick. Advantage paid. Here he is running, streaming inside 50. I reckon they got a third here. Nails it from 30 metres out, and the milestone man, Rory Laird's got a couple.
They are just running in waves at the moment, Adelaide. Now they're probably their best game of the season last week against Carlton, and they've got their own milestone man in Rory Laird, game 200, and Adelaide going, don't worry about us, because they have started this game extremely well. 3 goals straight. They are just demolishing West Coast right now.
Who am I at the moment?
I'm Adam Simpson, and I'm finding my worst player on the team, and I don't care if you have to be asked. You're number 22, tag him.
Exactly.
He's kicked 2 goals.
He's killing it.
He's only got 4 in the season, 2 in 17 games, so he's running hot on the Red Dead Learning Stats.
He's on the bench at the moment, so Simo's got a bit of time to work out who that man should be to run with Rory Laird as we bounce the footy, and it's a horrible one, so we'll have another crack in the middle of the ground.
Done that every time. I just can't get my head around why the umpires continue to bounce the ball. Just throw it up.
So Super, Andrew Emily, making hard work pay off as he does throw it up. This time it's a nice high one. O'Brien probably got the best tap to it. No one really can get out of the congestion though. Trying to storm his way through was Xavier O'Neill, but he was caught in a tackle. We'll have another go. So 18 plays nothing. There's going to be a free kick going Adelaide way.
God help me.
What happened next?
Just West Coast delayed getting the ball back to the umpire.
So O'Brien now kicks deep inside, attacking 50 there. On his own though, Foley's taken a nice mark. Been playing forward in recent weeks, but he's back now. Foley as he spreads it out wide to Hoff. Some of the youngsters for West Coast who need to step up. His kick is a little high though for Jake Waterman. It's fisted out of his hands. Good defence in the ends by the Crows, and we'll see it over the line just in front of the dugout. 3 straight 18 is Adelaide's score. West Coast yet to score. That's on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So Xavier O'Neill on the Harvey Norman replay handed the ball to Nick Nat before the stoppage, and that was the free kick.
It's a boundary throwing on the wing. Flat ball O'Brien, that was nice. Just put it into the direction of Murphy, but didn't sit nicely for him, and big tackles late on. Saligo down there. It's going to be a free kick to Bailey Williams. Took too long to get rid of it. And Bailey's just entered the ground from the interchange bench. So Williams, defensive side of the wing, they trail by 3 straight goals. West Coast looks towards Darling, who was so good last week. Won the footy on the bounce to Redden. Almost fell over, back to Darling. By hand to Jones. Wants his left foot and finds it and wants TK. And he just can't take the mark across the line.
The inside 50 is now 5-1 in favour of the Crows on the Red Dead Lending Stats.
Red Dead Lending loans for the self-employed.
We'll throw it back in 80 around now from West Coast goal. Hasn't gone anywhere near really, Kennedy, aside from one kick that was beautifully cut off by Jones with a terrific gutsy mark. Ball thrown back into play, still 80 metres out. Redden has it, slaps it on the boot. Inside 50, it rolls. It rolls, though, towards the boundary line. Caught in a tackle was Worrell, got rid of the football, and then a big tackle's been laid, no free, said the umpire.
Dangerous there.
It's a little bit of a sling action, yeah. Got him there, had the arm pin, Darling. Momentum, that's probably a free kick this year, I would have thought.
Hamill slowly gets up.
This crowd starting to really build up as well. Probably looking at 50,000. The JK factor is well and truly alive in his last game.
So we'll throw it in. JK's all on his own in the goal square with a defender by his side, but no other eagle around him as O'Brien grabs it out of the ruck. Then he was caught high as he kicked towards the boundary, so it'll come back to him. And he'll be sitting on the defensive 50 line. He's had a good start to the game up against Nick Nat, who gave him a new phone a couple of years ago.
Remember that? Yeah, he started well, and Nick Nat's not in the greatest condition we've seen Nick Nat in, and O'Brien can run, so there's an opportunity for him to have a big day today.
3 straight 18 Adelaide. West Coast yet to score 9.5 gone in this first term.
So Brian at half-back. He's going to kick a high one to the wing, looking for Himmelberg, but Harry Edwards just zoomed in front and took a nice mark uncontested on the wing. Of course, the young man kicks back inside 50. Here he comes. JK stretches, can't mark. Taken by Saligo. His hand pass came off towards Purnell. And then it's O'Brien with a funny shake. Left kick. Going back with flight was McHenry. He was crunched. Turnover. Duggan. He had Kennedy on a lead, but missed him across the line.
Jeez, Ned McHenry caught it well. He coming back. Triple M.
Jeez, tough. And bounced up Embers too.
Oh, well done. It was on the Harvey Norman replay. We saw that Chase Jones before coming back with a fly to the footy. Now Ned McHenry's turn. Outstanding by the young Crows.
So Crows by 18. Boundary throwing. Ends up here with Gaff inside 50. Rioli can't mark. It's thumped away from him going back by Worrell. We'll throw it in again. 40 out from West Coast goal.
After a quick start by the Crows, the Eagles have come back with the entries now. Last 4 inside 50s to them. They've evened it up at 5 apiece on the Red Z Lending stats.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed. Good on you, Beastie. Nice to have you here. Bit of a chant going around. Eagles fans have turned up for the first time this season.
Well, they'd want to get going, Lock.
Yeah, the team.
They'll be home at half time at this rate.
Schoenberg will take the free kick. Little tackle. This is not a good one from Shuey, and he'll kick it along the line. Tex is there, going one out, but moving into the space and taking a good mark is Harry Edwards, his defensive side of the wing.
He started well, Harry Edwards. He's got the job on Darcy Fogarty, but he's happy to come off his man and take some of those intercept marks. Good for his confidence.
And they'll spread it out wide, so good ball movement on this occasion. But what's further afield? Hoff has it, right half back. His kick, though, was not a great one in the end. Langdon couldn't take it, tapped out of his hands by Hamill, and will throw it in. Still in the forward half of the ground for Adelaide. They lead it by 18 points, 11 gone. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Good to have you listening in as Adelaide take on West Coast. Himmelberg bends down to try and pick up the footy, loses possession. Kelly's in there as well, working hard for West Coast. Shuey steals a hand pass out of the hands of the Crows. He kicks it high towards the wing. Darling attacks it nicely. Had to go the fist in the end. Here's Cripps. Was he taken high? No. Shrugged off the tackle. Gave it off to Gaff to Shuey. And Shuey kicks to the middle of the ground. Petreski-Seaton needed someone running past. Now he doesn't know where to go. Comes to this broadcast side, backwards to Hoff. And Hoff's taken
the most aggressive kick we've seen all year. All year. And they've gone backwards.
Taken away, Tommy. 18 points, Crows lead.
So Hoff now goes to a one-on-one to Ryan with nice strong hands out in front, marks it on the wing. So Liam Ryan, who's had you could say an indifferent season.
Poor season.
Or you could say poor season. Kicks down the line nicely to find Cripps. He just manages to mark that. Then goes short. Here he is, his mate. He's going to be high.
That umpire's blowing the whistle before even JK got near him.
He did 50 in a minute.
What did you say, 50? Come with me. You looked at me a bit aggressively.
So the kick from Ryan was outstanding to find Cripps, and Cripps turned around, and all he saw was JK coming at him. There was no daylight whatsoever. The ball was in JK's direction. And the umpire was very quick to give JK a free kick.
They could, if there was a roof here,
the point will go nuts.
They might rip it off if he kicks this.
He could kick it out the full too.
So he's going to have to kick it from 50. Just stutters in, lines it up. Oh, it's swinging back. He's swinging back. Oh, JK. I tell you what a way to start for the champ. The Eagles get their first. JK gets 716, and they come from everywhere to celebrate. One straight 6.
A little bit
they
of
trail the Crows 3 straight 18.
A little bit of goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a little bit, did you?
I got a little bit of a tingle.
Okay.
I'm not even a West Coast fan, but got a tingle.
Well, I know, you're biased. You're Melbourne. How'd they go on Friday night? I haven't heard much about that yet.
Won by a bit more than they lost.
Hey, Beast, quick one. Luke Shuey, the captain's been a tough year for him. Close friend of Josh Kennedy's. How's he started? He seems to be everywhere early.
Yeah, quick start for Shuey. He's the high man on the field at the moment. 6 disposals, 2 clearances already for him. So he's stepping up for his mate's big game on the Reds Adelaide stats.
Right, Brett, I reckon you were right there behind that kick for Bob Jane teammates. Tell us all about it.
Only a couple metres away, and he turned straight away to the crowd around me and gave them something to cheer about.
The kick inside 50 from that. He bounces off the chest of Waterman. He has to go back and get it. Up to the challenge, the Crows, although JK's grabbed it again, dragged to the ground, gave it off to his mate in Cripps, kicks it high towards the goal square. Pack is forming. Williams nearly took an absolute ripper. Langdon grabbed hold of it. 15 out from goal. Goes by hand, though, straight to Laird. He just kicks it out of sight of his defensive 50. Hearn lays the tackle on Keys, held on a little long. No, said the umpire, Rioli. Little bounce pass, hand pass to Waterman. Kicks inside 50 again, was going for Darling, but the mark's been taken, and Dawson will take it for Adelaide. 3 straight 18, West Coast 1 straight 6, 15 gone. Bob J. Teammates, of course, looking after Britt on the boundary. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online, Tommy.
So Dawson cleared it out of defence. It's going to be a free kick, though, to Xavier O'Neill.
After a fast start from the Crows, you just feel the momentum. Just started to swing a little bit. West Coast starting to find some footy and now starting to get some inside 50 entry.
So O'Neill goes deep to the pocket. No mark can be taken coming across with his butts and just knocks it across the line. 20 out from West Coast goal.
Just to extend on that too, Embers, last 8 inside 50s to West Coast now on the Reds Adelaide stats.
Just checking out the matchups too. X and Embers. Looks like Ben Keys is going with Shannon Hearn. So
just came on then. So he started on ball, Keys, and then he went to the bench and came straight on and has gone inside forward 50.
So the Crows clear it from defence towards Malera. The punch though came from Petreski-Seaton back inside 50. Here's Parnell goes to the far side. Now Keys has got it all by himself. The hand pass over the top goes towards Malera and he's tackled strongly. Petreski-Seaton's nailed him, but in fact didn't have the footy. It's a free kick to Malera. 45 balls inside to Schoenberg. He's got room and space in the middle of the ground and kicks nicely out in front. And the mark's been taken by McAdam. 40 out, almost straight in front.
One thing they'll do is when they win the footy, whether it's across half back or on the wing, they want to move it really quickly. Forwards are high at the moment. And once they won that free kick, or even West Coast, just a little bit stagnant to find someone. And just that ball movement inside forward 50. Love the way that McAdam went back hard at goal, came back at the kicker. Very hard for Foley to defend that.
As JK comes off for a spell. Shane McAdam straight in front. Gee, it looks pretty good. And they've got 4 to start the quarter. 4 straight the Crows. West Coast 1 straight 6. 17 gone in the first term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
Well, you're right, Evans. As you say, the Crows are young too, aren't they? And when they go quickly, and the Eagles are very reactive, and Luke Shuey on that occasion's chasing. Now, Luke Shuey's legs don't work like they used to, and there's a lot of them like that. And I reckon today the Crows, at every opportunity, if they can tuck that arm under the armpit and take off. And McAdam from 45-50 just jailed that one. A beautiful set shot kick. He had Tex Walker on a lead up. Said, no, I'll go back and finish it myself. But I'm looking forward to seeing the speed Adelaide can play with.
Bounce to the footy back in the middle. It's 18 points to lead for Adelaide. Nat Nui, quick kick out of the centre. Ryan's taken the mark. He looks inside 50. No JK on this occasion. Darling's slipped, but still taking the mark. Quite amazing. Slipped in the goal square. Stayed on his feet and somehow, between two, grabbed hold of it.
Well, Ryan, he took a really good mark at centre half forward, looked around for JK. JK's on the bench, so he had to go to Jack Darling. Great contested mark.
He'll snap around the corner, JD, and he misses from only 15 outs. RWA around the grounds, ensure with the locals today. The Lions by 34 points over the Blues. That game underway, and Sydney, of course, 38-point winners over North Melbourne. Ball now on the far side of the grounds. In the hands of Hinge. He'll kick it down the line, buries his target, and it was a beautiful kick, measured it superbly, and Berry's taken it at left half forwards. Another inside 50 coming Adelaide's way. Himmelberg's from behind, a little bit of pushing and shoving. Fist came from Barris. He might go and grab it again after a good tackle was laid by Jones. They're under pressure here, the West Coast Eagles. McHenry might pick up the footy. No, he leaves it for a teammate in Keys, who was dragged over the boundary line. Strong tackle laid on Murphy, only 10 metres out from Adelaide's goal. And we'll have a ball up.
Just looking a little bit too slick and fast for the West Coast Eagles at the moment. The Crows, when they get the footy, they're moving it really quick. West Coast just can't slow their ball movement down.
So Duggan toe pokes it, gains about 10 metres, but Laird picks it up, goes back to Hinge. Cripps just gets him and forces him across the line. That's holding the footy. Try to do a bit too much, Mitch Hinge. And Jamie Cripps take the free kick at half-back. Now kicks to the wing. So it's a task here for Williams, 2-on-1, made a contest. And sees it across the line. West Coast trailing by 17 points. 20 minutes gone in the first term.
Crows making most of their entries, 7 inside 50s for 4 goals. On the other side of things, the Eagles, 11 inside 50s for 1 goal, 1 on the Reds Atlantic stats.
So Berry just takes it nicely. I like the look of him. Hand pass comes out wide. Ends up in the hands again of Berry, and he's seen across the line. We'll throw it in. 20 gone. 4 straight the Crows. West Coast 1-7, of course. That was the goal to Josh Kennedy. He's now spending some time on the bench. So we throw it in again. Nat Nui wins it down. Here's Jones. He just fell over, trying to burst his way through. Couldn't make any kind of ground. Ends up with Nat Nui, Redden, Petrescu-Seaton, Shuey. Back to Petrescu-Seaton on the left. Dangerous kick to Waterman. Marked it at full pace. Hand pass over top to Cripps. Has Kelly coming past. Ignores it and kicks a floater. Oh, Jack Garland's dropped what he should have taken. Now the Crows going to have the numbers. They just paddle towards the line. Tackling strongly there is Langdon.
Cripps had to give the handball to Kelly, streaming through the middle. Pretty simple stuff. He would have run to 30 directly in front and driven it through. Instead, he shanked one forward, and Darling, who missed an easy set shot prior, dropped one he should have taken.
17 points, Adelaide's lead. Williams tapped it behind to Kelly, that man, to Ryan with the one hand, slapped it on the boot. It was touched. Play on, said the umpire. Gathered by Worrell. He kicks it outside his defensive 50, and Hearn, one-on-one with Himmelberg, just fists it over the boundary line. We'll throw it back into play. Bit of talk during the week about Himmelberg to Fremantle.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it, to be honest.
No.
Well, at the moment,
but they got the money.
Shannon Hearn is on Himmelberg. Ben Keys is trying to get to Shannon Hearn. So a little bit of merry-go-round right now happening there at centre-half forward for Adelaide. A
little bit of a fumble from Murphy. We're about 80 out from West Coast goal. The ball's been thrown back in, but another ball up coming our way. So 4 straight 24 to 117. JK's on the boundary, barking instructions, still involved. There's Ellis's kick, not Ellis, I was thinking Xavier Ellis.
Had plenty yesterday,
I know, and the hammy as well.
They had about 4
disappointing. Had 5 kicks, mate.
Hamstring, groin.
5 very good
4
kicks.
stubbies. There's Britt Taylor on the Harvey Norman, enjoying a day.
Okay, that was O'Neill I was talking about as the kick from the Crows goes a long way up the boundary line and then over the line and out of bounds. So Hearn will take the free.
Of course, the new Google Pixel 6A available now at Harvey Norman, plus receive a bonus $150 gift card lock.
Yeah. So we saw the Harvey Norman replay of your performance.
Yeah.
You were looking very good. A good chase down from behind.
I have never
tackle.
heard of a bloke doing a hamstring walking.
No, mate, he was good. He looked good. I liked the highlights.
I was dismal, embarrassing. It was good fun.
Okay. We'll talk more about it at half time. We'll catch up. The X-Man made his footy comeback. It didn't last long. He took tackle late by O'Neill.
Tackle.
Worrell couldn't get rid of the footy. O'Neill goes in. He's brought down beautifully by McAdam. Things stepping up a little as we approach quarter time here. And it's the Adelaide Crows. 4 straight 24. West Coast 117. 23 now gone in the first term.
O'Brien won a tap to Laird. He's tackled strongly. Just laid down by O'Neill. Ends up with Gaff, and Berry sees him across the line.
So goal number 30 for JK before. He's done that 13 seasons in his career now. 30 or more on the Reds Atlantic stats.
Spacey. Reds lending loans for the self-employed. So crowd's probably 45, 48. Plenty of spare seats just dotted around, but still probably their biggest crowd of the season. So Rioli wins a clearance to Kelly. Now some run. Gee, that was a nice hand pass. Set it up for Redden, who then found Hoff 50 out. Won't have a distance. Here's JK all by himself. Instead, he's found Waterman.
Great pass.
So JK was 35 out straight in front, but Waterman's 40 out and a 45-degree angle.
He sat his opponent on his arse, JK. That's what happened. Anyway, Waterman, he's had a good sort of patch. It was a good month of football.
I reckon his second half has been better. He's started to spend a little bit more time inside forward 50 and spent a bit of time on the wing there in the first half of the season. I reckon he was playing for his career. He's certainly done enough to get another contract.
Goal number 17 for the season. He struck it nicely. Hold its line, just fades away. So Jakey Waterman can't get West Coast second. 1-2-8 the Eagles. The Crows 4 straight 24. 25 gone in the first term. Triple and Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So Adelaide come to this broadcast side. McAdam's taken the mark. Well left in the end. Saligo, as McAdam has it, could go short to Murphy. Might just load it up a little longer, hoping for the tall timber. O'Brien's one of those. He's going to have to come from 3 or 4 deep. Fist down. Comes back into the hands of Murphy. And then he hand passed to a man who was in all sorts of trouble in Laird. And it came off his foot as he was pushed over the boundary line. So it'll be out of bounds on the full, and Liam Ryan will take the free kick on the wing, right near his dugout. He could run off the ground. He's that close. Kick along the line. Tapped out of the hands well by the Adelaide Crows in Murray, away from Darling, and we'll throw it back in. 70 around now from West Coast goal. They're trailing at the moment, 4 straight 24 Adelaide, 1-2-8 the West Coast Eagles. That's on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Comes back into play. Kelly up against Berry. Berry tucked in underneath. He might have been, taken high, and he'll get a free kick at right half back.
So Berry's been busy, Beastie. How's he going in the first term?
Yeah, he's
downfield free kick here. Fogarty being grabbed.
5 disposals for Berry, Tommy.
So Fogarty will take it. 75 from home. Moves it quickly. Inside 50, stretching. No mark taken. Here's Walker. Tries to rove the footy. Pressure came from Petreski-Seaton. Barris just tries to work his way through. Free kick being pushed in the back. Advantage paid. Goes back to Duggan. Had to use the handball to Hearn. His kick's nice to Hoff on the far side. So Hoff, been one of the few shining lights for the Eagles this year. The youngster kicks inboard to Tim Kelly.
Still just so slow, West Coast. Kick, mark. The game has gone past that. They need runners from behind. They need to move the ball a lot quicker than they have right now.
So here's Gaff. Expect him to go long down the line, and does. In fact, he's kicked it into the man on the mark. Lands with Kelly, though, who hand passes to Duggan, who wants his left side. Hand passes to Gaff, set him up, back to Duggan. He's tackled. That's got to be a throw. The ball's come clear, though. Umpire says play on. Schoenberg wins it by hand, but turns it over to Kelly. Back to Gaff. Inboard to Duggan. Now to Jones on his left from the middle of the ground. Spearing ball. Goes straight, though, into defence. Dawson tries to meet it. Couldn't pick it up. Ryan came through. The Crows have the numbers. Pressure comes here from Waterman. Then Ryan, here's JK, can he pick it up? He paddles it, tries to bend over the old man, gave it to Hoff, he's just gang tackled by a couple of the Crows, and will throw it up. 48 metres out from West Coast goal. They trail by 16 points, 27 gone in the first term.
45 out, Nat Nui taps it in the direction of JK, just couldn't grab hold of it. He tapped it forward though to Gaff, who just slapped it around the corner. And Ryan's taken the mark, and now we'll play on. A wobbler across the face of goal will come off. Hoff gathers. Hoff will goal. No, he won't. Yes, he will. He missed. Wow. So he should have kicked that one. Only 15 out, and he snapped it round the corner. Fans were happy. I was thinking it was through, but it's 139 to 4 straight 24. That's on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies are over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services, huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon making every tradie's job easier.
That's a short read. What they would have made it easier for Hoff was just hitting a simple pass. Liam Ryan shanked one to Hoff, who hasn't kicked that well. He's kicked this out to JK.
So Dawson's kicked it out of full back, out of bounds on the full. Liam Ryan took the kick, kicked it to JK. He's marked it in the exact same spot as his first goal.
Is he going to snap this one a little bit tighter? You go drop punt again.
Too far out to snap. He'll be kicking just inside 50 here, Exons. I reckon.
Get out of the way, Britt Taylor.
Oh, right there.
Oh, look at Britt. Look at Britt.
JK goes, someone smells like alcohol.
Can the booze inspire JK?
JK tonight, I reckon.
Step from 50. Oh, it looks good. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. He's single-handedly keeping him in at JK, and he's an absolute rock star at Optus.
You reckon Simone might have a chat with him after the game and say, mate, you really want to give it up? We need you.
Gee whiz, how well did he hit that drop punt? That's 2 in a row now, because JK can at times have him swing around in the air a little bit. They have just gone dead straight. That's beautiful kicking.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay at the moment. You know, Darling sort of created a little bit of chaos there. Good work there by Jack Darling. He dropped a couple of marks to start the game. But just his ability to be able to come back and put a little subtle block on opens up the space. And we know today that if JK gets any kind of space whatsoever, the ball's going to be going in his direction.
Imagine being a defender and you've let Josh Kennedy take 2 marks.
Yeah. Oh, look at Lecker with his kid.
So Mark Lecrae at the moment on the big screen.
His kid's got the biggest serving of fish and chips you've ever seen.
Yeah.
We're back in the middle. Nat Nui tried to paddle it to his own advantage, stolen it out of his hands. Laird was the man, although he was brought down a good tackle. Here's Shuey. He'll look inside 50. Get out the way! Willie! Move out the way! JK's coming through!
He ended up reading the script. It was late, but he read it.
So the big man's got another mark and a chance to kick his 3rd for the first term.
Could kick 12.
I'll tell you what, Luke Shuey's just used the ball so well this first quarter, hasn't he? That's just an absolute bullet. Nothing he could have done to stop that.
The way he's striking too, head back to the centre bounce here.
He'll kick right on the 50. The fans are up and about. Can they get any louder? He sends it on its way. It's going, and it should go right through the middle. JK's got 3 on his farewell game.
He's taking the piss.
That is incredible. 3 goals from 50 metres thereabouts. Couple from the boundary and 1 right in front.
Oh, he struck him so
Signing
well.
up again.
And it's not like West Coast are dominating this game of football. Like they're getting beaten up a lot at the moment.
They could easily have not kicked a goal yet, because those 3 that JK's kicked could easily be 3 behind from the position he's kicked them from.
He's on. He could kick 10 today.
Well, career high is 11.
Oh, on track, Beastie. How many times has he kicked 10, Beast? I think it's 3, isn't it?
So he's kicked 11, 10 and 10.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, sorry, Beast.
Everyone's
Exactly
jumped
what
in
Beast
on
was going to
that.
say.
Yeah, Beast is just getting it up now.
No.
So we restart again. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. The clearance goes the Crows' way, but the pressure from the Eagles is hot. In goes Kelly, grabs it. He's tackled strongly in there by Schoenberg. Comes to Berry for the Crows. He couldn't handle it. Nat Nui fires out a hand pass towards Redden. Going to be a free kick pushing the back. Has to go quickly and does to Jones. He goes short, got to go fast here. Luke Shuey. He does inside 50. Where is he? Oh, he fell over. Big JK wanted the free kick. Umpire says play on. The crowd didn't like it and goes across the line. So a dramatic final first term here at Optus. JK's got 3.
Bit going on here.
In his final game when they're getting stuck into each other at the 50-metre line. Rory Laird's got a couple in game 200. And the Eagles trail by 3 points. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
catch a quarter-pounder range meal and score a free Macca's glass. Start collecting today.
Got a decent leg? One kick could win you 20 grand, like Logan from Dry Creek did.
He's done it. 20k large, mate, thanks to McDonald's.
Cheers, thank you. And now it's back. Go to triplem.com.au, then listen to the Rush Hour, and you could be joining Bernie, Bluey, and Chars live from the riverbank. Triple M and McDonald's $20,000 Torp over the Torrens. McDonald's SA, the home of footy. One river, one kick, $20,000. Triple M.
Want to win free barista-made coffee for an entire year? That's a lot of lattes. Just buy a McCafe coffee on the My Maccas app for your chance to win. There are 25 winners every day. But hurry, limited time only. Ends 30th of the 8th, 22. Visit mcdonalds.com.au/coffeecon for full terms.
Triple M Sandful Update. Brought to you by North Point Toyota. Book your service online at North Point Toyota to win back the cost. It's the North Point way.
Out west, Adelaide are leading the Eagles 59-47 in the third quarter. For North Point Toyota, Triple M rocks footy.
How can you be distinctive? What if your house, an affordable boutique home with striking features, was created by you? Step ahead of the rest with distinctive homes. Be inspired by our online catalogue. From 40 top designs, you can pick all your favourite elements to create your dream distinctive home. Come and meet the team or view the online catalogue at distinctivehomes.com.au.
Hot water you've ever seen. Ring comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
The smart new Ream Easy Set controls your continuous flow water temperature from your smartphone. Accept nothing less than Australia's best.
Want to win free barista-made coffee for an entire year? That's a lot of lattes. Just buy a McCafe coffee on the My Maccas app for your chance to win. There are 25 winners every day. But hurry, limited time only. Ends 30th of the 8th, 22. Visit mcdonalds.com.au/coffeecon for full terms.
Have more time to do the things you love with Chemist Warehouse's free fast delivery of the Swiss range, now half price. Just spend $30 or more on any Swiss products and we will deliver them to your door within 3 hours. Like Swiss men's and women's Ultivite multivitamins, now with a new look and improved formula to support the health of Australians today. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Promotion ends 11:59pm, Australian Eastern Standard Time, August 10. Participating stores only. Sale excludes bulk sizes. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
Pushing the boundaries of innovation, Steel has been voted Australia's most trusted brand of outdoor garden power tools. I'm talking chainsaws, trimmers, blowers, and all the leading brand mowers. And at Steel Shop Fulham, they stock them, service them, and you can buy them using ZipPay or Afterpay. Steel Shop Fulham, family owned and awarded SA Metro Dealer of the Year. Get the full battery and petrol range at Steel Shop Fulham.
Want to win free barista-made coffee for an entire year? That's a lot of lattes. Just buy a McCafe coffee on the My Maccas app for your chance to win. There are 25 winners every day. But hurry, limited time only. Ends 30th of the 8th, 22. Visit mcdonalds.com.au/coffeecon for full terms.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Foxtel. 4K Ultra HD. The best way to watch AFL. Only available on Foxtel.
3 points to margin out west. Adelaide 4 straight 24. The West Coast Eagles 3-3-21. Been a beauty of a first term. It was a great start, wasn't it, gents? The X-Man and Embers with us. Rory Laird playing game 200. 2 goals in the first sort of 5 minutes of the game. Looked magnificent. Then JK in his final game, kicking 3 goals in the back half of that first term.
Well, it'd be remiss of us to blaze over Rory Laird's start.
That was
200.
a magnificent start.
2 goals, 10 disposals in his first in the first quarter of his 200th. That's been outstanding. He's been Adelaide's clear best, but Embers, I think we've spoken about JK plenty, but give us a bit more.
Well, he really was the guy that just turned the game for the West Coast Eagles. 35 years of age, is he?
Yeah, 35.
And he's single-handedly just kept West Coast in this contest. Mind you, the Eagles' hunch and their pressure's been outstanding. They laid 28 tackles in that first quarter. All that is a mindset. And I reckon Simo goes in there. He must be scratching his head to go, if you guys can actually go and do this today because there's, an incentive for you to get up and play well for JK, like, where's that effort every other week? Because
when we're sitting here watching Richmond and Bulldogs put 100 on them,
clearly,
the effort wasn't...
Clearly they can do it. So it's just the mindset for the West Coast Eagles. But once Adelaide really jumped them early on the back of what Laird did, you could see the West Coast, their intent, their hunt. They got the game played inside their forward 50. And obviously, as you know, every time JK's leading right now, the ball's going his direction. 3 goals, 3 really important goals after what Adelaide did. It's game on, second quarter.
Absolutely. So 4 straight 24, the Adelaide Crows. And the West Coast Eagles 3-3-21. Of course, Ream looking after us this afternoon. Built up for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install the Ream. Here's Tommy.
And for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. We start the second term, and Nat Nui, O'Brien battle at it. Comes out to Berry by hand. Tried to set up Laird. Went past him. Gathered his own footy. Kicks inside 50 with a high ball. Himmelberg from the side. Can't mark. Tapped by Fogarty. Ends up nicely in the hands. The snap comes across the body. Going back on. Nice mark by Murphy. Little jack in the box down there. Just jumped over Liam Duggan. He's marked at 15 out on his slide angle.
Some courageous players, haven't they? Murphy throwing himself around.
Chase Jones, good grab.
Henry.
Those little stumps. They're just little stumps.
Yeah.
I like the way they spread from stoppage at the moment. This Adelaide team, young and they're fast, and they've got the first to start the second.
And Murphy snaps it with the left. So a fast start again for the Crows. And they're kicking straight too. 5 straight 30. West Coast 3-3-21. The margin 9 points. Downstairs, Bob Jane teammates to Britt.
Just at that quarter-time break, Tom Barras is back being worked on for most of the break, and also from Adelaide, the trainers working on Saligo for most of it.
Thanks, Britt. Bob Jane teammates look after you. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online today, bobjane.com.au.
And accuracy is king. 9 inside 50s for 5 goals for the Crows now, and 18 for the Eagles. 3 goals, 3 is their return. So looking to improve on that in this term and going forward on the Red Z lending stats.
Nice work, Beastie. We're back in the middle again. 9 points to margin as we bounce the footy. Hopefully over 50,000. We'll get the number later on in the game. And that was an awkward bounce again.
I reckon these umpires, none from 6. Just throw the ball up.
Number 2. Should be perfect. He does throw it up on this occasion. Nat Nui got first hands to it, then a little bit of holding on. So advantage, no. It'll come back to Kelly in the middle of the ground. Shuey was off. Has Petreski-Seaton running past Kelly, but he decides to go a little shorter than Nat Nui, who then bombs it inside, attacking 50. Darling's the man in front, fished it out of his hands. Worrell was waiting for it. It bounced away from him. Kennedy lays the tackle, shortly holding the ball.
Yes,
the crowd.
Took him on.
Heaps of time.
I think there was a high fend-off in there too.
25 out from the goals. Nat Nui trying to do it all himself. He does do it all himself. Hand pass is a good one, although just missed the target in the ends. Laird throws himself on a footy. Ryan's there for West Coast. Loose hand pass comes outside the attacking 50. Waterman grabs hold of it. He's grabbed hold of and caught holding the ball. Good tackle in the end. Might have been a little high early, but Worrell held on to him and brought him down. So against Waterman, and Worrell at left half back will take the kick along the line. Himmelberg charges at it. Petreski-Seaton was man in front. Courageous stuff. Took the mark on the wing.
He's a nice size, Josh Worrell. He's playing his second game for the season.
So too is Dawson.
Yeah.
Oh, but Dawson's a star.
Yeah, he's an absolute gun.
He's their highest paid player, I reckon.
And probably so he should. Oh, maybe Roy Laird or something. But Jordan Dawson.
I reckon Isaac Rankin might be their highest paid next year.
I don't know about that deal.
So O'Neill thumps it inside 50 from the side. Darling couldn't mark. Nat Nui Rove and hand pass, well, to nobody. Taken by O'Brien. He gives it up to Hinge, who pumps it out of defence. 1-on-1, Tex and Tommy Barras. G. Tom strong.
He's done the job already on Tex. Hasn't been a factor so far to start the game. He's had a good year, though.
Gave it to Shannon Hearn, who switched across the ground to Luke Shuey.
Yet to get a touch, Tex Walker to extend on that embers on the Red Zeds.
Dangerous kicking board. O'Neill couldn't mark. The Crows get the turnover. Comes to Laird. Over the top to Fogarty. Has a heap of time on the left. He's got Tex. Can he hit him? Puts it out in front, and Tex marks. Plays on the left, if you don't mind. Here's Keys running onto it. Will it sit for him? Pressure comes from Hearn. Keys, can he touch it?
I reckon Hearn did really well to force that through for a rush behind. Umpire's going to...
I believe it's a goal. Can we just confirm?
Back of his heel, maybe.
Caught the goal.
So umpire believes it's a goal. It's going to be a score review. It's bounced just in front of the line. And
that's tucked
off his ass.
But that's going to be a rush behind.
Let's go off his backside, I reckon.
Shannon Hearn, I reckon that's going to get overruled now. I reckon
what do they,
Harvey Norman at the moment.
What do they call it in soccer when you let the ball go through and then kick it off the back of the foot? Nutmeg?
I don't know.
Nutmeg's through the leg.
Through the leg, yeah.
Opponent. A nutmeg.
I saw some guy score one for Liverpool overnight.
Yeah, probably
back healer.
Back healer. That's the one, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
What are they looking at? We haven't even seen the ball at the foot yet.
They're checking something, though.
Yeah, but they've got to take it back to where the ball...
Looking at this angle, we can see the ball makes contact with the Adelaide player's thigh before crossing the line. Decision on the scoreboard.
So that was good by Shannon Hearn. That was all set up for Ben Keith.
It was a great kick by Tex.
Yeah,
he
on
just
the left.
played the percentage, just put it to the goal square.
Nothing worse when you're 33 years of old age just chasing a young guy like
35.
Ben Keith. 35, is he?
The Crows now 5-1-31.
well.
West Coast 3-3-21. 5 gone. Second term. Triple M Foxtel scoreboard.
10 points that margin as Hearn decides to go straight down the middle. It looked good early. The mark wasn't taken though. Adelaide under pressure. Langdon laying the tackle.
West Coast first.
Not really the most tallest player to kick it to, Zach Langdon.
No, not a great option. Parnell was there to at least halve it. And Nat Nui might just get the free kick here in the ruck contest against O'Brien. Wants to hand it off to Petreski-Seaton. It'll come out wide to O'Neill. Diving to the ground, takes the mark. Hinge was there to put the pressure on. He goes short again to Ryan, who had the ball paddled out of his hands, but that was okay. It's against Dawson, but Ryan had already taken the mark. Nat Nui sort of did a lead and then decided I'm a little tired, so I might go off the ground for a rest. Kicking in the middle of the ground, and we noticed them doing this a bit more as now it's with Jones, who can spread it out wide to Hearn. Got another man further afield if he wants to go there, and Hoff, but decides he wants to go through the middle. Grubber will end up in the hands of Redden. Lob hand pass to Foley, and in the end it does get to Hoff. And Hoff will just get it on the right and kick it inside 50. Charging at it again, Darling. Here's JK like a rover. Can't pick it up, can pick it up. Zapping round the corner. No, just gets the hand pass away. Was caught when he was trying to. Waterman tried to give it back to him. Now a tackle late on O'Neill. Cripps is pretty quick. He gathers it, kicks towards goal. It was ugly but effective in the end. Cripps got a 6-pointer. And we're back to 4 points to margin. A little bit sloppy, but the job was done by Jamie Cripps.
Yeah, I reckon Nat Nui's starting to have an impact in this second quarter, starting to get his hands on the football, giving West Coast mids first use. Shannon Hearn's finding plenty of football across half-back, but really, again, JK just made something out of nothing then. He was the bloke that crumbed that football once he couldn't get to the contest, and he just kept the ball alive. Xavier O'Neill was good enough to do the same. And Jamie Cripps, the boy from Northampton, he loved that too.
JK did the old Steph Curry then. He didn't even look at the goals and was celebrating for Cripps' goal as it came off the boot.
He knew where it was headed.
Yeah, well, the Eagles now a plus 54 in disposal, a plus 8 in clearance, and a plus 11 in inside 50. So getting the game played on their terms, just now starting to convert on the scoreboard on the Red Z Lending stats.
Red Z Lending line to the self-employed as the Crows get a 6-6-6 warning, and the clearance comes the way of the Eagles. O'Neill pumps it inside 50. Oh, Jack! He had two hands on it, dropped it, picked up by Langdon, just gave a hand pass, set Williams a task, and he's been tackled by a flock of Crows.
Bit of hot potato there by Zachy Langdon. Wanted nothing to do with that.
That's good from you, for members, as the kick comes to the wing. Tom Barras has to spoil. Fogarty's out there, 1-on-1 with Edwards. Fogarty did well. Edwards just ran past the footy. Fogarty just shrugged off the tackle from Petreski-Seaton. Kicks long, it's Keys, the dangerous spot, but Shannon Hearn in a 2-on-1 went back and took a nice mark for the West Coast Eagles.
That's a great mark.
He's just so solid, isn't he, Shannon Hearn? I mean, we talk about, obviously, him going on. If his age wasn't 35, he'd be absolutely certainly to be going on, and he will next year.
The kick's a long one. No one can take the mark. Himmelberg ended up with it. Then he's dragged to the ground and he's caught holding the ball. Sort of just bobbled into his hands. Not sure he wanted it in the end because Jones was all over him, and he'll get the free kick left half back.
Beast, how is Himmelberg going today? Of course, the article during the week, the Fremantle. Interested, I haven't seen him, I don't think, once.
Yeah, zero touches.
Who wrote that article?
Here's Waterman. He kicks inside, attacking 50. JK was on the lead. It was a little short for him, but was caught in a really strong tackle. Won't be penalised on this occasion. We'll ball it up 30 outs.
Two tackles to his name for Himmelberg.
Paul to be big
trying extra hard.
West Coast Rock.
We'll throw it up 30 out. Williams gets the tap down to Himmelberg. Nearly got a possession there.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's going to be holding the ball. And Garlick will go back and kick from 35.
What do you think it was? Kick the kick in the park. He had it for 8 minutes. Just kick the bloody thing.
Just look across the box. Is Hayes there? Is he?
No, he's not laughing. He's not laughing. That was that was like the Queen Mary then. It just would not turn. Had that much time.
Hayes didn't say it, did he?
You missed it, Embers. It's more like the Hindenburg, not Queen Mary there. Himmelberg looking like the Hindenburg.
So Darling has it from 45 out, maybe even a little closer. Himmelberg stands and awaits the kick. Jack sends it on its way. Too easy for him. Eagles have taken the lead in this game. They're 5-3-33. The Crows 5-1-31. 10 gone in this second term. That's on the Triple M Foxtel scoreboard. 4K Ultra HD, the best way to watch AFL, only available on Foxtel.
So Himmelberg gave away the free kick on the wing for the ball to go inside 50 and then gets pinned holding the ball inside 50. Anyway, it's still early in the game. The young man, he's 24, not young man, but just Jack Darling. And as we spoke about the tackling, we've sat through some horror shows this year, some stuff we wish we could have gone home at quarter time, but the tackling leading to the inside 50 dominance has been huge.
34 tackles West Coast have laid now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many times they've laid 34 tackles in a game.
So the Eagles on cue, make some noise because scoreboard told them to. And we bounced it again. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. The Eagles lead by 2 points, and here's Rioli. Needs a new contract. Hand passed over the top to O'Neill. O'Neill short. Here he comes. Kennedy's marked it. He's 42, 43 metres out and only a slight angle.
And again, Natanui, he's really starting to have an impact in this second quarter. Getting his hands on the footy, he's spreading, and it just allows those West Coast Eagles mids to be able to get on the fly. They're very predictable, and we know when they're going inside forward 50 at the moment, they're looking for one man.
So, the way he's kicking it, Locke, write this down in your book. So the twinkle toes. We've seen him so many times over in the West. And look at him. Look at him. He's putting on a clinic. Kennedy's got 4 and West Coast have 6. And their lead is extended now 6-3-39. The Crows 5-1-31. The margin's 8 points. Triple M Foxtel scoreboard.
This is a dream come true for Josh Kennedy, isn't it? I mean, he could finish now and walk away just the superstar that he is.
Well, he would have had some anxiety turning up.
Yeah.
Everyone's turning up to watch him, not watch West Coast. It's been a horror year. So literally, there's probably an extra 20, 25,000 here today simply watching the champion finish up. Well, when you've got 4 on the scoreboard and you've only been going for a quarter and a half, there'll be no mercy rules today either. He will try and fill his pockets, and he's as confident as he's probably been in the last 5 years. Anything could happen today.
Only kicked 4 or more 3 times this season, so he's running hot. His season high is 5 on the Reds Atlantic stats.
This jumper's going to be worth a bit, Tommy.
Nat Nui goes whack again out of the middle.
He does, slaps it forward. No one can trap it though. O'Brien trying to get it himself. Nick Nat's in there as well. So too Rioli. So it's about 10 metres away from the centre circle. Another ball up. It's West Coast by 9 now. 3 quick goals. Kick inside, attacking 50. It'll come back though the Crows' way. So Kennedy's got 4. And West Coast lead it by 9. A short pass from Smith is a good one. Out to the pocket.
They might just try and use the ball a bit here, Adelaide. Take a bit of sting out of West Coast tail.
Hey, Brody Smith's numbers, Beast. Big game last week. Doesn't look like he's had much to start this one.
No, just the 2 Embers, just the 2 coming off 37 last week to go with 13 inside 50s, a career day for him. He also had 1,019 metres gained. I barely see 1,000 on the Reds' heads.
The kick inside, attacking 50 from Barris. He'd taken the mark along the wing. Kennedy was charging out again. He couldn't trap it. And about 50 out, we'll have a ball up. Parnell's there for Adelaide. Quick throw up. No rest now for the players. The tap's a good one. To Gaff, to Jones, and then Jones can send it back inside 50. Mark not to be taken. All Kennedy's slow to get up. We'll keep an eye on him as Rioli's held without the footy. O'Neill's there. Oh, the kick forward. Kennedy was foxing. He gets the hand pass away to Gaff, who skies it towards the goal square. JD attacking it. He can't grab hold of it. Adelaide with numbers should get out of trouble. The kick, though, might come off. It does for Adelaide. Under pressure, McAdam goes back, trying to just feed off a hand pass. Gives it to Hinge. Hinge just hand passes along the boundary line. Hoff's there to carry it over the line. 45 around, and an Adelaide player down.
Hasn't moved. Lock was down. elbow in the head. Goodness me, that is a big hit.
Yeah, it might be Will Hamill down there. He was accidental. Josh, was that Jack Darling coming
punching through.
I think there's a bit of claret running down the face too, but he doesn't know where he is. He's in La Land.
Could be a sub-rule made here.
That was a huge hit.
While we've got some time, Embers.
Yes.
Do you remember your final game?
I do, yes.
It was against
Adelaide.
And you guys got
smacked by about 70 points.
Pretty similar.
I went to do a lap of honour, and I can assure you, it was a wet night, and it went 55,000 here at the end of the game.
It was mum and dad. You went back to their place for a cup of tea.
Was there face masks and shirts?
Listen, I wouldn't say it's as big as JK's last game. Mind you, I did share it with Adam Selwood, so I blame him.
Yeah, okay. They didn't like Sellers.
Yeah, I think it was 29,000, but it wasn't Sellers. It might have been 24.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
So Hamill's actually got up onto his feet, which is promising signs, and he's going to walk off the ground, but he might just go straight to the room, so he's done.
Done. Unfortunate, but good to see him walk off, because that was a nasty hit, and he certainly won't play next week.
JK's come off for a little spell as well.
Why would he come off for a spell then? The play can't go for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So what's the point of coming off the ground? You're not doing anything. Not bad by me.
No, good by you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they get an extra rest on the ground on the bench. So have you 3 or 4 and then another 3 or 4. So you get 7 or 8 minutes.
It's his last game. What's he resting for?
It's like coming off before the timeout in basketball.
Yeah.
Get some extra seconds rest.
We're going to throw the ball back into play anyway. JK's on the bench. The ruckmen go at it. The tap down a good quick kick forward.
Might be a
come up towards the wing.
Forward's happy that they might get a chance of taking a mark.
He's Hearn. Caught in a tackle, gives it off to Jones, trying to spin out of the tackle right now. Malera's there. In the end, it comes Adelaide's way. Scheinberg does really well. Hand pass good to McAdam. Got the runner alongside him. Saligo. He gave it off to Laird, who then just kicked it further afield, but the kick was under pressure to McAdam. It's rolled over the line, 50 out from Adelaide's goal. They got it forward. And they're a chance now.
West Coast hate as good as this year.
They should have kicked the goal then, Adelaide. They had Jones out the back in the goal square. Just could not have one player with a bit of composure. Pressure too good.
So boundary throw in, ends up with Hinge, just shrugs off Shuey and pumps it long. He's checks at the back in good position. Barris uses his body well. And it goes across the line. How was the pickup from Saligo down here at full pace?
Clean.
The only thing I can think of why Kennedy came off, and I think it's money Kennedy. I want to get an audit on if he's changed his jumper or not.
You reckon? I saw him changing his tape on his finger, so maybe he's going to sell that too.
So boundary throw in, that Nui wins it down. Big pressure tackle, and in fact it's high. Going to be a free kick down there. It's going to go to McHenry.
Costly.
While we wait for him to have his shot downstairs, Bob Jane T-Marts to Britt.
Up has been made, as you boys mentioned. Will Hamill out of the game. Ben Davis warming up now, and the jumper has gone on.
It's Britt, Bob Jane T-Marts, and McHenry should kick this, only about 30 outside angle.
Yeah, absolutely. You just see on the Harvey Norman replay, Tim Kelly too eager to tackle. Unnecessary too. McHenry wasn't going to get out of there.
So McHenry, small forwards doing the damage, leans back straight through the middle. They get their 6 and the margin trims up to 2 points. West Coast 6-3-39. The Crows 6-1-37, 18.5 gone in the second term. Triple M Foxtel scoreboard, 4K Ultra HD, the best way to watch AFL, only available on Foxtel.
Yeah, just have a look at the Harvey Norman then. Just try to put a bit of pressure on there, the Crows. At that stoppage, McHenry coming through, a little bit clumsy there from Tim Kelly. Fast game, both sides getting plenty of looks at the moment. Adelaide, you can see every time they get it, they want to move really quickly, but to West Coast credit, their pressure has been really good, and they've been able to, at least at times in this second quarter, slow the ball movement down.
The minute the pressure drops by West Coast, if the game gets third, fourth quarter, Adelaide are going to run rampant. This pressure has to stay at this level for West Coast.
Triple M Seabar Super special comments. The X-Man and Embers. Seabar Super making hard work pay off out of the middle West Coast. Good hands from Shuey to Kelly. Spreads it out wide, charging at it. Langdon, he held on to the mark. He was going at full pace and trapped it. Now he plays on and kicks inside, attacking 50 again. Darling looking threatening, comes into the hands of Waterman. Tried to shrug off the tackler. The kick could come off okay. Langdon's one inside 50 to Shuey. Good hands, great hands to Duggan, who drills it. Shuey's hand pass superb. And Duggan finished it off brilliantly. quick response from the West Coast Eagles. As we approach half-time, there's 7:3:45. Crows 6:1:37, 19 and a half gone in the seconds.
Coach Stacky Langdon about 5 or 6 years ago at the Claremont Footy Club, and one thing that he used to do very, very well was his ability to be able to take the footy at full stretch, going flat out. We saw that just before at half forward. He came out, strong hands, and then was able to move the ball quickly inside forward 50. Got a good contest. He followed up, and Duggan, who doesn't kick many goals, he was able just to drift down and finish off. Good game of footy right now.
As we go around the grounds, Sydney 38-point winners, and Brisbane are absolutely pumping Carlton. 58 points. So
stick a fork in them.
Yeah, the Blues could well and truly be done. They've got a tough game next week, I think, Locke.
Yeah, Melbourne next week, I think.
Yeah,
Blues.
your mob. So Rory Laird out of the middle with a clearance, kicks inside 50. Oh, strong mark, almost taken down there by Fogarty. Bounced off his chest. McHenry at the bottom of the pack. Just sets up a handball and puts Big Tex in trouble. And the free kick's going to go to Harry Edwards holding the footy. And passes off to the run of Duggan around the back. On that sunny far side of Optus. Goes short to Tim Kelly at half-back. What's Tim Kelly's numbers, Beastie?
10 now. Coming up to just clocked at 11, Tommy. Big game for him last week, obviously 28.
Red Z lending stats there from the Beastie. Redden by hand to Barris, short to Jones. Bit of ringer-rosy footy going nowhere. And Jones goes wide, but gained a bit of ground because Darling had a couple of metres on Worrell and marked the footy. The far side win again, some slow movement from the Eagles. And Darling kicks high to half forward, looks for Williams. He can't mark. It's thumped away from him across the line. And we'll throw it in. West Coast 7:3:45. The Crows 6:1:37 as we see Adam Simpson on the Harvey Norman. The new Google Pixel 6a available now at Harvey Norman. Plus receive a bonus $150 gift card.
Ball thrown back into play. Rioli's hovering and waiting for it to bounce into his hands. Cripps is doing the tackling. And another ball up coming our way. We'll go to you in a moment, Britt, for Bob Jane T-Marts. Nat Nui slapping it forward again. The advantage of Rioli, caught in a really good tackle and lost possession. That is holding the ball. Free's going Adelaide's way. So they're up to the challenge now as we approach half-time. 22 gone. 7:3:45, plays 6:1:37. Dawson kicks a long one along the line. It goes to McAdam. He's taken it on the wing. He'll spread it out towards the boundary line. Good composure here as Murphy now gets it on the left, inside 50. Tex is there, but he pushed Barris into the mark. Big Tommy's taken a good mark, 30 out from his defensive goal. To Duggan, spears one out towards the wing. Kelly's taken a good one. Gaff runs for him, but he hands it to Jones. A little bit more speed maybe. Jones off to the races, goes short. Put Darling under pressure, had the ball fisted away. Laird's there to help out for Adelaide. McAdam, he receives the hand pass out towards the boundary. It goes. Parnell slides over and will throw it in 80 rounds from West Coast goal. Britt on the boundary, Bob Jane T-Marts.
They've just changed the jumper on JK. You mentioned earlier, $250,000 in sales of those T-shirts. One wonders if maybe they're trying to sell a couple extra Guernseys as well because he has changed over.
Don't blame him. Make some cash while you can. Comes out to the Laird here by hand. Gives it to Berry. Gets a high kick and a wide one. Goes out of bounds in the full on the wing.
West Coast right now starting to get on top around the contest. I think it's time for Matty Nix to put Ben Keys on ball. Rory Laird needs a hand right now. Ben Keys spending a bit of time at half forward as a defensive forward. They've got to start winning some footy.
So Duggan goes long and Jordan Dawson. He's a good size, Jordan Dawson.
Also, how's Brodie Smith had 2 disposals off the back of last week? They need to get in his hands.
He might be another one that you push up and wing. Keys on ball. Brodie Smith up on a wing, see if they can start to find a bit of footy themselves.
For Dawson long to the wing, Barris in front, but the mark's been taken over the back and paid to O'Brien, who goes quickly by hand. And the kick comes in a good position. The mark's taken out there by McHenry. He's 60 from home, wants to go fast. But no real option, really. It's going to go long, I reckon. In fact, he pokes it into the pocket towards Fogarty. Over his head is Foley for the Eagles to Redden. It's a short, dangerous kick over the head of Langdon. It's going to stay in, though, but the pressure comes from Millera and Langdon sees it across the line. 30 out from the Crows' goal. Will throw it in. West Coast lead by 8 points, 25 gone, second term.
Important game for Jack Redden today. It sparks a new contract, I believe.
Enough numbers now, enough the games for him this year. Texas, the man in front, tapped it down to his opponent though in Barras. He's on hands and knees. Somehow got it out towards Shuey. Here's Gaff wrestling with Malera. It's at the top of the 50. Ball's not coming out. Berry working really hard as well. And he's laying plenty of tackles. Ferocious little bugger he is.
Number 1 or 2 in the competition, him and Roy Laird for tackles. Ferocious, both of them.
50 out from the Crows' goal. Here's Berry, tried to go the fend off and he's been caught high. No. So Gaff was the tackler. And that would be an interesting one to see on the Harvey Norman because he did go the fend off.
It could have been a high fend off. That's what I thought the call was going to be. But, geez, aggressive. You can see on the Harvey Norman replay, yeah, that's a high fend off. Hit him straight in the jaw.
So he's lucky to get this one, but he's a chance to trim the margin. He's from the 50, and he's missed it to the left-hand side. Just shows us how good that Kennedy, or those 2 kicks from Kennedy were, because that one was a bit of a struggle for Berry, whereas Kennedy slotted them both. 7-3-45 the Eagles, 6-2-38 the Crows. 26 now ticked over in this second term. That's on the Triple M Foxtel scoreboard.
You mentioned Redden's contracts. That's 19 games to get a new deal. Does that matter if you get injured?
What do you mean, sorry?
So say you were injured for 5 games, so you couldn't play that amount. Do they count towards the thing, or just a flat out, don't play 19, don't get it?
No, you got to get to 19, yeah.
A lot of games, isn't it? Number 22. He's done well. Kicks to the wing. The punch over the top comes from Worrell and sees it across. Would he deserve a new contract regardless?
Yeah, he'd be top 3 in the best and fairest. And he's open to rebuild development next year. He might spend some time down the twos if a young player needs minutes or they want to give him a chance. So he's obviously accepting of that role as well.
31 years of age, and like X said, had a great season. So the tap comes down to Jones. Wants his left side. Tries to get out of traffic. Did well. And then hand pass to Gaff to Petreski-Seaton. His kick is smothered across the line by Schoenberg at half-back.
I think West Coast certainly persists with Jermaine Jones across half-back. He's just provides something a little bit different. They've got players there like Duggan and Hearn that just control it and find the target. At least Jermaine Jones wants to take it on.
Eagles lead by 7 points. Boundary throw in again. The players dive in, will throw it up.
Eagles are plus 70 in disposal now. And inside 50s for the half now, 29-16. So you get a feeling they should be further in front. Will it come back to haunt them on the Reds Atlantic stats?
So one down by Bryan to Miller. He's tackled by Cripps. Redden picks it up, did well. Got his hands free. Try to give to Jones. He's tackled strongly by Berry. Will throw it up again. The third time in the same spot was 60 out from goal. The Eagles lead by 7 points. 28 gone in the second term. Triple M Foxtel scoreboard.
Rory Laird up to his 17 disposals now as well on the Reds.
Yeah, 17 and they've had 114 is it total, B. So you take them away, they haven't even had 100 disposals amongst the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
How's my man Himmelberg going?
Hindenburg is sinking.
Here's O'Brien out of the ruck, just slapped it on the boot inside attacking 50. Bounces though beautifully for Petreski-Seaton. Good hands to Langdon. That wide to Foley, and then Foley chips it out in front of Hoff. Good contest on the far side though. Hoff up against Jones. Jones has got a little bit more speed. Although he tapped it to the boundary. Could have been deliberate, but the umpire won't be that brave, I wouldn't have thought. Far side wing position will throw it back into play. Nearly 29 minutes gone in this second term. JK's got the 4.
Already made the change there. Butt started on JK, and looks like Nick Murray's got the job now.
The ball thrown in. Williams couldn't trap it. Berry on hands and knees trying to do that, and then Laird gets caught in a tackle. He can't go anywhere. Another ball up, edging its way towards the centre square, middle of the grounds.
At least Jordan Butts will say that I got 4 kicked on me in a quarter. JK's last ever game.
The kick forward. Good tackle aid by Barras on Tex. They're in their forward half of the ground, the Adelaide Crows. They trail at the moment, though, 7-3-45 to 6-2-38.
The umpire throws it up at half forward. Bailey Williams just taps it. Goes towards the line. This is about the 8th to 9th stoppage in the last 2 minutes.
To extend on what Embers was saying before, Jermaine Jones, the high man for the Eagles now. 14 disposals for him today, so he has been very busy on the Reds Atlantic stats.
For Williams and O'Brien, boundary throwing. Tim Kelly's there and sharked it, but the pressure came from O'Brien. Kelly dropped it. Schoenberg goes in, just bursts through to Millerer. Now to that man Laird, just streams away. Kick short. Gee, that's nice hands. Little sideways kind of catch there from Fogarty. He's marked it. Almost 50 out he'll kick it from. Pretty sharp angle.
You want to see a good kick of the football? What's this bloke?
Best set shot kick in the comp.
In the comp?
In the comp. Set shot, best set shot in the comp.
JK's kicking him pretty well.
And from 50.
Might mark that down. Fogarty kicks it better than Josh Kennedy. We'll see. So let's see how accurate Embers is. Inside 50, Fogarty leans back. Gee, it looks pretty good. It's a nice looking kick, never in doubt. And Embers getting very happy with himself back there.
He kicks the ball from 50 as good as anyone that I've seen.
He gives it a good thud, doesn't he?
Just got a really good technique. Anyone out there that got issues with their goal kicking, just have a look at the way that he gets through it, keeps it nice and simple. He's a powerful guy, and he's the kind of guy you want to get the ball in his hands.
So the Crows now trail by 1 point, almost at half time here. Triple M Foxtel scoreboard, 4K Ultra HD, the best way to watch AFL, only available on Foxtel. For Seabus Super, here's Zave and Embers.
Well, Rory Laird, 18 disposals, the next best is Dawson with 10. That occasion came out of congestion and just put the 20-metre pass on, and it's a weapon to have up your sleeve, isn't it, to find a bloke anywhere inside 50 where a drop punt gets the job done.
And that's right, I reckon in the second half, I think Keys needs to go on ball, give Laird a bit of a hand, and if Brodie Smith can't find any of the footy, throw him up on a wing, because at the moment, it looks like West Coast is starting to get on top around the contest.
So it's 1 point the margin at the moment, kicked down to mid-air by Rioli, up towards right half forward with the numbers 3 Crows charging at it. Hand pass was a good one from the sub that's on the ground, Davis, but just wobbles its way towards the boundary line after the chain of hand passes.
Just those accuracy numbers on Darcy Fogarty too. 23 goals and just 10 behinds this season on the Reds Atlantic stats.
Lots of holding on going on with the ruckman. Hinge spins out of trouble. Schoenberg nearly got it back from the hand pass. Kelly trying to get the hand pass away while he's being tackled. Miller up. Gathers it, gives it off to his teammate in Dawson, who kicks it out wide. McAdam up against Petreski-Seaton. Petreski-Seaton dives on top of it, then was caught high. So it'll go against McAdam. Petreski-Seaton playing at half back. He'll take the free at left half back. 7-2-44 plays 7-3-45 as he kicks it out tight towards the boundary. Not a good kick in the ends. And the Crows will take it far sides. Britt on the boundary, Bob Jane, T-Marts.
Adelaide have confirmed what we feared, and that was that Will Hamill has suffered a concussion. That makes it about his 6th concussion. So at some point, you start thinking long-term, don't you?
Well, I saw Paul Seedsman before the game, who's battling with his own concussion all season. He seems to be treading water, he was saying. So another Adelaide player dealing with the concussion stuff. And Paul Seedsman, what a star wingman he is.
So boundary throwing, Nat Nui and O'Brien. Nat Nui gathered it and then gave it to Jones. Normally a nice kick. That one in front of Darling. Bounced in front of him. He taps it towards Cripps against the line. He's tackled down there and sees it across Brodie Smith. Barely seen him all afternoon. A couple of guys for the Crows yet to touch the footy in Butts and Himmelberg.
Both had a poor day, Butts. Kennedy's had fun with him, and Himmelberg got Fremantle eyes on him.
So Nat Nui wins it down to Shuey. Getting a free kick, I reckon, pushing the back to the skipper. Wants to go quickly and does. The little lap around run comes from Jones. Little pitching wedge was good. And he found Cripps.
Yeah, love that from Jones again. Oh.
There he is. The 2 Northampton boys. Cripps just finds Josh Kennedy. If I was a Crow and they were going inside 50, you just stand there, JK.
It was so obvious where that was going to go. JK.
Or at least come off your man and see if you can help out your full back.
Playing in front too. Like, JK's so crafty. Yeah. He's going to lose you anytime you turn your back. And sure enough, 8 disposals, 4 goals.
Run from behind, though, from Jermaine Jones. Yeah. That's what West Coast have been dying for all year. Suddenly take the game on. It's explosive. You put your defenders under pressure.
Runs around JK and lets the team down. Do better, JK.
Well, I'm in a group chat too, and it's suggested if he kicks 10, they might storm the field. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, JK misses to the near side with a snap. West Coast 7-4-46, lead by 2 points. Almost gone half-time here.
Dawson with the kick out. In the end, it landed perfectly. O'Brien read it beautifully at right half back. He's taken the mark. 2 points, West Coast lead. In a long corner. The chip over the top. Will work out okay. McHenry took it. Big term again from both these teams. West Coast to 7-4-46. They lead the Crows at half-time. 7-2-44. Josh Kennedy with 4 goals, and the other milestone man in Rory Laird has a couple to his name. So the milestone men are doing good. We'll be back in a moment for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Foxtel. 4K Ultra HD. The best way to watch AFL. Only available on Foxtel.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Good times when you wake up, but sometimes you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Good times when you drive home.
When the lights come on, that's when you know. When the lights come on, when you go, your lights go out. Yeah.
And greatest hits while you work.
Adelaide's
Good times and greatest hits.
104.7 Triple M.
Why is it an advantage to play on your home ground? Because you're in a place you know and love. You have experience there and, of course, local support. South Australia is Sterling Homes' home ground and has been for over 45 years. So if you have a project coming up, big or small, near or far, make sure you get the home ground advantage with Sterling Homes. Visit one of their 12 display villages or sterlinghomes.com.au.
What's better than one season of AFLW in a year? How about 2? Twice the fun, twice the excitement. Crows kick off their season in a grand final rematch against Melbourne on Friday 26th of August at 7 p.m.
Can she seal it?
Become a member today for as little as $25 and get ready for 2 in 2022. Join now, crowsmembership.com.au.
G'day, it's Roo here. Toolkit Depot has a network of stores across Adelaide, helping South Australia's hardest working tradies get the job done. In store, you'll find Adelaide's biggest range of tools, equipment and workwear all under one roof. Plus tool service and repair, tool hire and a team of in-store specialists to help you out with pro advice when you need it. Conveniently located in Lonsdale, Mile End, Parafield, Gawler and Melrose Park. There's a Toolkit Depot store near me and you too. Toolkit Depot, your Trade Pro partner.
A quick chat about raising respect with Mark Howard.
If we're going to end violence against women, then we need to bring up respect. Kids' sports are a great step towards teaching your kids about respect. Respect for the game, for their teammates, and for their opponents. Driving around on a Saturday, it's a great chance to have a deeper conversation with your kids. So rather than the old, how is your game question, why not ask, if one of your friends was being disrespectful to you, what would you do? There are a stack of other great conversation starters at respect.gov.au. Every little talk you have shapes them. Bringing up respect grows respect. So talk early and often. Violence against women. Let's stop it at the start.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra, and the Triple M Network. Triple M Sandful Update. Brought to you by North Point Toyota. Book your service online at North Point Toyota to win back the cost. It's the North Point way.
Yeah, final quarter of Eagles v Adelaide. Adelaide 110 to Eagles 63. For North Point Toyota, Triple M rocks footy.
What's better than one season of AFLW in a year? How about 2? Twice the fun, twice the excitement. Crows kick off their season in a grand final rematch against Melbourne on Friday 26th of August at 7 p.m.
Can she seal it?
Become a member today for as little as $25 and get ready for 2 in 2022. Join now, crowsmembership.com.au.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Sterling Homes. Whether your budget is the size of a ruck or a rover, Sterling Homes can design a custom home for you.
Welcome back to Optus Stadium. 2 points is the margin. West Coast lead it. They're 7-4-46 to the Crows. 7-2-44. It was a 3-point margin the other way at quarter time. Been a thriller, as I said, just before the main change. Rory Laird got off to an absolute ripping start. 2 goals in the first 6 minutes to his 200th game. And then Josh Kennedy took over, kicking 4 goals up until half-time. It's been a beauty. X-Man and Embers, it's been an intriguing battle, hasn't it?
Adelaide can't get their hands on the footy. They've had 130-odd disposals in a half of footy. That's unheard of. That's what you get when you're getting done by 100 points where you can't find it. So you take Rory Laird's 18 disposals out of the game, and only Worrell and Dawson are over 10 or 10 and over. So they just can't find the footy. Adelaide, Crows and West Coast have controlled it. Jones has been great off half-back. The captain, Luke Shuey's led. They're taking it on, and it's only a 2-point margin, so things could easily change for Adelaide at half-time.
So Ben Keys only had the 5 disposals. So he's the one, we know he's been playing as a defensive forward at times, but he's a very good midfielder. Had the 3 goals last week. Not his day so far. He's trying to get to Shannon Hearn. Shannon Hearn's been smart. He's going to Himmelberg. So unfortunately, that's not working right now for Adelaide. And if they are to start to win some footy in this second half, right, besides Rory Laird, as you said, X, they just can't get there, can't find any footy whatsoever. So you would think that in this second half, Ben Keys goes on ball, okay, another bloke that can start to find some footy. And the other one that we spoke about is Brodie Smith, coming off a career high 37 last week. I think Beast mentioned over 1,000 metres gained. He just cannot get near it right now.
Nah.
So he's got the match up on Cripps. Cripps has taken him up, but obviously being very mindful of what Brodie Smith can do. So Keys on ball, maybe put Brodie Smith up onto a wing in the second half, because right now they're well and truly in the game, Adelaide, but they're just getting worked by West Coast, and it hasn't been West Coast strength all year. West Coast, they've been the ones that have been out-muscled at the contest. They've been the ones that haven't been able to spread.
What are the tackle numbers there, Ember?
Tackles at the moment.
Feels like West Coast, as for some reason, JK's last game, they've bought the heat.
45 to 33.
Yeah.
45 tackles. I'm not sure how many. Well, there's no way West Coast have laid more than 45 tackles in a half of footy this year.
Yeah.
They've gone out and done it today.
That's attitude, eh?
That's his mindset. That's all it is. JK's last game.
And opponent a little bit too.
Yeah.
And opponent too.
This is the halftime break for Sterling Homes. Whether your budget is the size of a ruck or a rover, Sterling Homes can design a custom home for you. As I said, 2 points the margin. You've mentioned some of the matchups. The butt on JK didn't last too long. It lasted less than a half, unfortunately.
Well, it went back to it, though, when that last shot was off Butt. He went back and Butt simply got lost again. We've seen it with Harry Edwards a few times this year, where they try and play like a Jeremy McGovern.
Yeah.
You're not that
Trying
good
to
at it.
outsmart yourself.
Yeah, and he was playing in front. And I mean, as soon as you take your eyes off Josh Kennedy, we've done it over 700 times. You think he's left, he's going right. It's as simple as that. Just really got to strip it back. I mean, he hasn't had a disposal either, so it's been a tough day.
Yeah, Tom Barrett's done a really good job on Tex Walker at the other end
How
of the
many
ground, hasn't
possessions
he?
for Texie?
Just the one so far, and he's outworked him. He's been really strong one-on-one. He's had a good month, hasn't he, Tommy Barris? He's probably, we were a bit critical of him maybe about sort of 6 weeks ago.
He had a shocker. He had to be crooked that day.
He didn't have a good game.
It was
but
4 or 5 weeks ago.
Peter.
Yeah, 2 metre Peter.
2 metre Peter
He just
looked
got
like Wayne
absolutely
Carey.
carved up, didn't he?
Yes, but he's been pretty consistent, and he's been absolutely outstanding again today. He's been huge on Tex.
Well, you got Tex, who's had 1 touch.
Yep.
Butts, who's had 0.
Yep.
Himmelberg's had 0.
Yep.
Key position players are just getting absolutely slaughtered.
And then Brodie Smith, as we said, if they want to get the hands in his foot, he's had 3 touches.
But they need them to be taking the marks or intercept marks.
But they're only down by 2 points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right, which is terrific. Yeah, it's great
you
for
feel
them.
like there's enough change
Mate,
for Adelaide.
Throw your magnets around a little bit. You think there's probably more scope, more upside for Adelaide in this second
West
half.
Coast are going to find it hard, aren't they? To stay at that level. 45 tackles, finding the footy. Jones off half-back, as we said. Tim Kelly and Shuey and those guys have been okay in the midfield. Nick Nat's been good. He's had a lot of clearances. He's been influential. He's had clearances. and found the footy that quarter.
He had 7 touches in that quarter. He actually was the one that really got West Coast going around the contest.
As well.
Yeah, got his hands to the footy.
All right, that was pretty well summed up for SKG. They'd be very happy with that little play.
Happy enough to let me get back to my party pies?
Amy Klanger won't be happy with us. We've been very clinical.
Oh, there's one.
Surely.
There's surely got to be one clear.
Surely.
SKG first of all.
Very good SKG.
Thank you, members.
One thing
now,
for sure,
billing.
JK won't be going to SKG tomorrow.
They've lost some money, SKG. Ever since JK's retired. He would have been there a few times over the years.
He's been there a few times.
But they do bulk bill on all Medicare rebatable services. We move on now.
I reckon the only person that's been to SKG more than JK is old big Channel 10 reporter over here that's always trying to get
outside it.
out front. Hey,
Embers,
quick word.
You've done a lot of good jobs in your time.
Yeah.
That might be the worst job. Sunday morning, pissing down with rain.
No, you used to do it, didn't you?
I know, it was horrible. You get the text from Barra, Saturday night. Hey, mate, 7 o'clock out the front of SKG.
And you know what they say? Sorry, guys, no comment.
or I'm having scans. I'm not really sure what the results are.
And then, just checking up on how it is.
Yeah.
Mate, it's snapped in half. I can see by the way you walk.
And then 5 days later, the club releases it that he's going to miss 2 weeks. Anyway, halftime segment. This is the Amy Clangers, who covers Clangers on and off the field. Amy does.
What about
JK going around. Oh, am I going to go around again this year or not?
It's okay. I've got a print out of another one.
Oh, Brit's
keen. She's really keen.
She's keen to get in.
Just having your moment.
Radio craft.
Just looking on this big scoreboard as we speak.
Yeah.
This, for mine, is JK's best moment. Running back with the flight, the prelim final.
Yep.
We hadn't kicked the goal in the
You
first
were in that
quarter.
game?
Scoreless. Courage, got up and kicked an unbelievable
Was
goal.
that 2015?
Yep.
2015.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Himmelberg's pretty lucky not to make the Clanger, huh?
No, there's a few that could be in there. No, Butts has been worse. He's had 4.5.
I just thought the timing of that Himmelberg thing. And
Yeah, it was. It was perfect. It's perfect setup, but I think we buried him a bit too much, Tommy.
Yeah, no, but I'm now easing up.
The Adelaide audience is texting
Well, the only thing is that he was promoted as being a big selection to come to Fremantle this week, unfortunately, and now all eyes are on him.
All right, plenty to talk about, including we'll give you an update on all the scores that have happened over the weekend. Some intriguing finishing to the season coming your way, but this game is West Coast 7-4-46, the Crows 7-2-44 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Sterling Homes. Whether your budget is the size of a ruck or a rover, Sterling Homes can design a custom home for you.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Going up. Level 2, synthetic slings, hoists and load restraint. Level 80, chains, lifting and rigging accessories. Level 300, height safety, material handling and wire rope.
Need the ultimate lift? You need LiftQuip. LiftQuip provide quality lifting, materials handling, load restraint and height safety equipment, as well as inspection and testing services. Contact LiftQuip today. liftquipaustralia.com.au.
Quarter pounder, a true classic. Juicy Aussie beef and bacon? Macca's Quarter Pounder with bacon. Maybe the sequel is even better than the original. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
it's time for tackling claims with RAA Comprehensive Car Insurance. We've seen some big bumps out there. Rushed behinds. And white line fever in car parks.
Watch out for the trolley!
But while people hit the post, the team at RAA Insurance tackle the claims right here in SA. Get an RAA Comprehensive Car Insurance quote today and
keep on moving on.
T's and C's apply. Consider the PDS and TND. Product issued by RAA Insurance. Available from RAA.
Santa Seafood.
Fresh from the high sea.
Santa Seafood.
Fresh from the high sea.
Mix and match 4 kilos of premium seafood for just $60. Atlantic salmon portions, flathead and barramundi fillets, crumb garfish, salt and pepper squid, crumb prawns and loads more. Mix and match 4 kilos for just $60. Open 7 days at Richmond Road, Richmond.
Santa Seafood.
Fresh from the high sea.
Santa Seafood.
Fresh from the high sea.
There are many places you don't want water.
no.
So tradies, check out Bastion's new waterproofing and sealants range, like the reliable, fast-drying under-tile membrane. Bastion, Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
With IGA's Community Give Back sale, you can make big savings.
And help support local causes right on your doorstep.
Look for tickets on specials, like Pepsi 24 by 375 ml, $16 each. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends August 9 while stocks last. Excludes Foodland.
Raise your quarter pounder and say cheers to a free Macca's glass. Simply buy a medium or large quarter pounder range extra value meal and start collecting today. Available after 10:30am for a limited time while stocks last.
Imagine firing up the barbie, cracking a cold one and enjoying watching the footy with your family and friends in your new outdoor entertaining area. Well, you can do it with a Fielder's Centenary patio, veranda or gazebo. Available in a wide range of styles, colours and sizes. There's sure to be a Fielder's Centenary home extension that's just right for you. So if you're looking to entertain outdoors, visit www.fielderscentenary.com.au or your local Fielder's branch and let our team of experts help create your perfect outdoor space.
104.7 Triple M News.
Hello, Emma Griffiths at your news briefing. 2 bushwalkers have been winched to safety after spending the night trapped in the New South Wales Blue Mountains. An emergency beacon was set off overnight for the 25-year-old man and 18-year-old woman after the pair had been abseiling when they got into trouble. They've both been treated for mild hypothermia. A leading Victorian doctor claims the state's health system is absolutely overwhelmed as the latest data is released. More than 87,000 Victorians are awaiting elective surgery, while ambulance services have expressed their busiest quarter in history with more than 97,000 Code 1 dispatches. Australian Medical Association Victorian President Dr Roderick McRae has told Channel 9 everything is very, very tight.
All of the statistics are indicating that absolutely every point of the healthcare system in Victoria is absolutely overwhelmed. So it's difficult to get an appointment for a general practitioner. If you have a sick child, you go to the emergency department.
And to Birmingham, where Australia's golden run continues with another 6 added to the tally. Ollie Hoare stunning the athletics world, becoming the first Aussie in 64 years to win the men's 1,500 metres.
It was a crazy experience, I think. The Commonwealth Games 1,500 metres has always been extremely tough and extremely deep, and to be able to come away with a really tactically great race, staying in control and being in that position to strike at that last 100 metres, all I needed was a bit of magic.
That audio thanks to 7.
It's Harris Scarf's 4-day Friends Pay Less sale time with hot deals on homewares, clothing and more. Plus a further 20 to 30% off selected clearance items. Ends today at Harris Scarf.
Checking Adelaide's weather, dropping down to 5 degrees tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, 15, becoming cloudy on Tuesday, 18 degrees. The Science Briefing is a new 15-minute podcast about the science of everything. Download the Listener app to listen for free.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Welcome back to Optus Stadium. It's 2 points to margin. The West Coast Eagles lead it over Adelaide. Both teams are out on the ground. RAA around the grounds. RAA ensure with the locals today. Brisbane leading the way. Look like they'll get the job done over the Blues halfway through the fourth quarter, and they lead by 39 points. Sydney, of course, defeated North Melbourne by 38. As I said, 2 points to margin here out west. We'll catch up with the X and the Embers in just a moment, but X... Well, no, the party pies are gone, mate. You're sweet.
No, not eating them today.
Oh, yeah?
Passed them over to Leachy. It was a little sad. The jockeys had 12 races yesterday, so...
they were a bit tired last night.
Hang out.
Okay. Red Lindy's piece.
Little in-house joke there.
Take it away, Beastie.
Right, I'll straighten up the ship.
Straighten us up, Beast.
West Coast, leading the way for them was Jones with 16 disposals, 6 scoring involvements, 251 metres gained in that first half for him. Shuey had 14 with 5 clearances, Hearn 13, Kelly 13 with 3 clearances, Duggan 11 with 1 goal. Nick Nat 10 disposals, 7 clearances in that first half, 18 hit-outs, 5 scoring involvements. And Kennedy, the man we spoke so often about, 4 goals for him, 33 now on the season high of 5. So that is in serious jeopardy, you would think, in this second term. Darling, Duggan, Cripps all with singles. And for the Crows, Laird had 18 disposals, 4 scoring involvements, 255 metres gained to go with 2 goals for him. That's his first half of game number 200. See how he does in the second. Dawson 13 with 368 metres gained. Worrell had 10 McAdam and Hinge both with 9 disposals, 1 goal each for them. Murphy, McHenry and Fogarty all with singles too. And West Coast are plus 66 in disposal, plus 28 in marking the ball, plus 48 uncontested possessions, plus 11 in tackles, plus 7 clearances, plus 6 centre bounce clearances, and plus 13 in inside 50s. The question is, will they run out of steam, and can they keep up that pace in the second term? And that's the Red Z lending stats for the first half.
Quality beast, nice work. This is half-time break for Sterling Homes. Whether your budget is the size of a ruck or rover, Sterling Homes can design a custom home for you. Embers, Tommy asked you before about your last game.
Yes.
What's going through your mind with one half to go? Are you thinking about, it's done, or are you thinking still about the game?
No, definitely about the game for sure right now. I think JK certainly wants to go off in style. West Coast have had a really good first half of football, so they'd be really keen to continue this second half and play with the intensity as they've done in the first half. That's going to be their challenge, to be able to really be able to match it with the Crows, because you know one thing about this Crows team, they're going to run it all out, and we've been calling for Ben Keys to go on ball, and he's starting on ball right now.
Of course, for IGA Liquor, add a drop to your shop this footy season at IGA Liquor, like a 6-pack of beers to go with your footy snacks. Head to igaliquor.com.au to find your local store. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
2 points to margin. Second half underway now. Nat Nui and O'Brien. O'Brien gets first hands to it, taps it down straight into the hands of Laird. In amongst the action early, tackled by Rioli and Shuey. Another ball up, quickly thrown into the air. Nick Nat this time gets it down. O'Neill paddles it to his own advantage, then caught in the tackle. Finds the hand pass to Nat Nui. He gave it off to Shuey, who had it stolen out of his hands by Murphy. That was terrific stuff. His kick out towards half forward. McAdam's there. McAdam couldn't trap it. Then it's kicked off the ground inside attacking 50 for the Grows. But Barris has taken it on the mark. He's destroyed Tex in this game so far, but still a half to go. That's a dangerous kick into the middle of the ground. Cripps put his body on the line, but with the numbers, here's Jones for Adelaide. Gave it off to Worrell, who kicks it high inside attacking 50. Barris again tried to take the mark, came out the back towards Edwards, gave it off by hand to Kelly, and Kelly kicked a bad one. Smith, although it's bounced, that sums up Smith's day. Bounced over his head. Rioli, shocking kick to Nat Nui. He's under all sorts of pressure. Quick hands from Gaff. Little 1-2 with Kelly. Now to Shuey, who's had a bit of a fumble, and at left half forward for the Crows. Maybe they can make him pay.
Yeah, turnover inside 50. Little short kick's been marked down there by McAdam. So some awful footy from the West Coast Eagles at half back. Turnover, and McAdam can kick his second.
I know it's only early in this quarter, but they need to switch on West Coast. That's why they are second last on the ladder. Fumble, over handball. Adelaide about to go back in front.
Had 3 or 4 chances to get the ball deep into their forward line and stuffed it up, and now McAdam just steps in. Pretty easy shot. And he snuck it in.
Snuck it in, I think.
Just inside the right-hand post. He made it tough from there, but Adelaide get their 8th goal. 8-2-50. McAdam's got a couple. West Coast 7-4-46. 2 minutes gone in the third term. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop. And for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Here's Embers and Zafe.
How bad was that? Yes. Even like Willie Rioli's kick where he shanked it inboard. The skipper, Luke Shuey, fumbled, and then it just took Rory Laird, classy player like himself, to scoop it up cleanly, and away went the Crows.
4 points now, their leads. 2.5 gone in the third quarter.
I can sense something, Lockett. It's not good for West Coast.
No.
Ben Key's already having an impact to start this third quarter on ball.
He lines up against Kelly. And we wait for the bounce. That one's a good one. The ruckman go at it. Kelly first to it. Keys has got him wrapped up. Just got the hand pass away. Gaff fell over. It was almost rugby style. He just thought, I'll just dive on top of this footy.
Keys been hot early. He's on 0.
Put a couple of really good blockers on. He's opened up for him.
So Laird will take a
great
kick.
tackle before.
Laird has it.
Second quarter, he laid a good tackle.
He kicks it deep, but Barris is the man in front. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Shuey with one hand, caught in the tackle by Berry. And we're 70 out from goal, maybe even 60.
How many tackles piece for Berry? He'd be number 1 in the comp again today, right now, I reckon.
Up to 8 already, X.
Been very good, X. Here's Shuey, sorry. Here's Duggan. Receives the hand pass, chips it over the top. Waterman just gets there before the boundary line, and he takes it right half back. Decides to go to the top of the 50. Shannon Hearn, good option usually. Uses the ball pretty well. That one splits the gap right through the middle to Duggan, who'll bring it to this broadcast side. He slipped over as he kicked it. Hoff will take the mark. Petreski-Seaton runs for him. He decides to go the other way through the middle of the ground. Kennedy's hovering. Couldn't jump over the top, although it's going to bounce into his hands. John Caden, he's caught in the tackle. Play on, send the umpire.
That would have been holding the ball on any other player in the competition, but not JK on his big day.
Oh, JK, a little lucky there. We'll ball it up.
That was
35 metres
poetry
out.
in slow motion.
Just quickly, that slip by Liam Duggan that we laughed at. He's just come off injured.
Oh, dear.
So here's Rory Laird trying to burst through. Misses the footy. Here's the sub, just tackles strongly. Here's Davis, but the Crows get out here. Keys, your man Embers, just spreads the footy. Now off half back. They've got no one in front of the footy. So Hinge just kicks long. Here's Fogarty in a 2-on-1. Over the back is Edwards. He just lopes after it. Turns like the Queen Mary, but kicks short. That was nice. And Hoff's marked it at half back. RAA around the grounds. RAA and Stewart with the locals today. Carlton have kicked 6 straight. And then within 22 points in the 4th term against Brisbane. And the Eagles turn it over. And Berry has it in the middle of the ground. Thumps one long towards Tex. Over the back. Here's McAdam lurking. Almost held on, but Tex got a man free. Gives it over the top. The kick on goals come from McHenry. Too easy from the Crows. They get their 9th. And Tex was good then. He's got a couple. 9-2, 56. 10-point leaders over the West Coast Eagles. 7-4, 46. 5 gone 3rd term. Triple M IJ Liga scoreboard.
So just a couple of mistakes here from West Coast in this 3rd quarter. They just got to start to be a lot more composed with ball in hand. Terrific first half of footy. Just starting to get carried away a little bit. Turn the footy over in the middle of the ground. Harvey Norman replay just picks it up beautifully. And suddenly their forwards are high. McAdam could have got a free kick. Tex gets involved. And a good finish. It's been a good start to this 3rd quarter by the Crows.
Got a few special guests in the box here.
Yes.
All the way over from Adelaide.
Oh, they must be very happy at the moment.
now.
The Crows.
Time for him to get out. The game turns to been in here.
It has. It certainly has.
We're back in the middle. The Crows looking the goods. The cheering in the backs going berserk. That Nui taps it down, although O'Brien's there. And out of the middle comes Berry. Going to be caught, though. Kelly drags him down. Just gets the hand pass away into the hands of Keys. He's on fire, Embers. Gives it to Murphy. Kick inside 50. Himmelberg. Himmelberg will get... No! It's given away.
He's still on 0.
I thought he was a chance.
I think that's free kicks against
6'9" on a bloke that's 6'1".
Hearn will take the free. Kicks it to Rioli down the line towards Hoff. And a high contact. It'll go Jones's way against Hoff. So Jones will take it just forward of the wing here.
So Himmelberg's had 1 uncontested possession, but no disposals.
Yeah, when he took 8 years to kick it and got done holding the ball.
Here we go again. A chance for the big man. He's the one in front coming from the side. Barris juggled it and took the grab. Left back pocket, Tommy B.
Inside 50s this quarter beast.
Yeah, already 7-1 X in favour of the Crows. So just an onslaught for them. And worrying signs for the Eagles, like we said.
So there's a 50-metre penalty. The Crows are 9-2-56. They lead the West Coast Eagles 7-4, 46. 7 gone, Tommy, in the 3rd term.
And of course, thanks to McDonald's, catch a quarter-pounder range meal and score a free Macca's glass.
Had 2 of them last night on the way home.
Yeah.
I might have had a cheesy on the way here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Embers, what's your order again, Embers?
Hash brown in a cheeseburger, underrated, but it's the crunch that just brings the cheeseburger to life.
2 cheeseburgers, beautiful.
Of course, you can get those glasses for the kids as well. So the Eagles just stuffing around with the footy at half back. And the kick went out wide from Edwards, try to find Waterman, but it's thumped across the line, far side wing. Will throw it in. They trail by 10 points.
Mac is still doing those $1.50 little apple pies.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Good
Great
by Macca's. Yeah. Not much you get for $1.50 these days.
So boundary throwing. O'Brien taps it down. We straighten things up. Going to be a free kick to the Eagles here. It's going to go the way of Bailey Williams. He's got the... orange boots.
Yeah, but look at me. Orange boots, orange hair.
Apricot from Bailey goes to half forward. The contest, the spoil over the top. Ball comes to the front of the pack. Waterman just jumps into it, but been shoveled out by Dawson to Keys. A nice mark's been taken. The Crows can go. Here's Mitch Hinge. just paddles it along. His hand pass was good, found Schoenberg. He kicks inside 50. Here comes from the side, Himmelberg. Couldn't mark, but gathered the footy, but he's tackled. Couldn't get a hand pass to it, so he's still on 0.
No. Officially, he's got one, Tom.
He's got one.
He's got one.
Pop the corks.
On the board.
Jeez, Ben Key should have got the 1-2.
Yeah.
He's really alive at the moment in this third quarter.
You're not wrong, Embers. He has sparked.
Yeah, he sparked them. Here he goes.
We throw it up. It's Walker and Williams. Walker dives on the footy. Jones dives on him. So we'll throw it up. 40 out from Adelaide's goal. They lead by 10 points, 9 gone in the third term.
Emerson, the X-Man here for Seabus Super. Making hard work pay off for about 35 metres out, and another ball up's coming our way. So tight and tough at the moment. 10 points. The Crows lead. Nearly 10 minutes gone in this third term. Another throw up. It'll go West Coast way though, although Cripps ran into a little bit of trouble. Somehow got it out towards Rioli. He kicks it towards the wing. Darling best position to grab hold of it and then run on and kick it up towards the top of the 50. Bounces awkwardly. Butts is there to receive it. Gives away the hand pass. Running away his short pass is good, so they'll compose themselves. This is Murphy will chip it over the top. The Crows on the wing maintain possession. They hold the 10-point lead. Dawson will hand it off again to Murphy, and then Murphy will kick it inside attacking 50. Pack will form again. Hearns hovering at the back, waiting for it to roll into his hands. It rolls over the line and out of bounds. We'll throw it back in. 9-2-56, plays 7-4-46, 10 points the margin. It's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Looks like the Lions are home against Carlton. Lead by 21 deep into the fourth term. So it's thrown in, snapped across by Berry towards Himmelberg. He tapped it down. That was some nice work. Working at the front of the back. Comes off to Fogarty. He hand passed out towards Murphy. The ball doesn't sit for him though. Hoff did well. Gave it to Petrescu-Seaton for the Eagles. Has a fend off and then kicks across the ground. And gee, that's through from one behind, I reckon.
That's bad.
So Petrescu-Seaton had Hearn on, missed him by 3 metres, went through for a behind. And the Eagles now trail by 11 points. They bring it out to half back where Waterman marks it. Hand passes over the top to Cripps, who gathered it nicely, tries to get around his opponent. Huge. And doesn't.
Just getting smashed around the contest at the moment, Adelaide. Inside 50s, 10-1 right now.
Here's another one, Embers, as it goes deep inside attacking 50. Miller is there, but Jones beats him to the footy and forces it over the line. 5 metres around from Adelaide's goal.
Trends your friend, and this is ugly by West Coast this quarter.
So Woosher in the stands on the Harvey Norman replay as we throw the ball back into play. Fans love that. Oh, Walker, Texie, out of the rock, kicks towards goal, and it's been touched. That was good work, strong stuff from Tex. Hasn't had a lot of the footy, but that really was terrific stuff. So 9-4-58, plays 7-4-46, 12 points now that margin, 11 gone, Tommy.
So we just see it here on the replay, and Edwards goes up and just on the line, got a hand to it.
Good call by the umpire. We don't need to go upstairs and sit here for 5 minutes.
So Hearn runs it out and goes short. As Carlton get one back. They now trail by 15 points. About 2.5 to go in the fourth term there. So Barras just thumps it high and long to the wing towards Ryan. Flew high, couldn't mark, over the back. Darling just gathered it, hand pass to Gaff. Back inside to Ryan, just hand pass to himself, but Berry puts some pressure on, created a bit of chaos. In goes Dawson, his hand pass went straight to Gaff, turnover Ryan with a heap of space, wants JK, kicked it over the top to nobody, apart from Carlton going back there, and Jones had JK on a lead all by himself, turned it over. And now Butts has it back there for the Crows, kicks high towards Himmelberg, tapped away from him. And we'll throw it in almost on the wing, right in front of the commentary box. The Crows lead by 12 points, 12.5 gone in the third term. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
West Coast just second inside 50 there. 2-10 they trail that department so far in this third term on the Red Z lending stats.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed. Good tackle laid by West Coast and force once again on Schoenberg over the line and out of bounds. They're right near the dugouts here, broadcast side. 12 points is the margin. Adelaide, good start to this third term. West Coast yet to score at all. Good tap from O'Brien, but goes out to a bit of open space. Jones takes on 3 tacklers. He's Gonski, just somehow got rid of it. had some time. Shrugging off the tackles was Duggan, but that time he was caught. And Laird will take the free kick.
Laird and Berry, don't take them on. They don't miss.
So Laird has it still on the wing. He'll go short over the top. It'll be measured nicely. McAdams there. I think he might have just come on the ground, just snuck onto the ground. And now he can bang it inside 50 as well and hope for something. The pack will form well. There was space everywhere for Tex Walker to just stand and take that mark. A little bit of a jump. How did he get so free?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't. His opponent was 1.5 metres away from him. I just don't know what he. Where's Tom Barrass?
Yeah, they started on each other for whatever reason. Tom Barrass decided to go his own way. And when Tom Barrass defends really well, when he's one-on-one, he's outstanding. When he tries to read it sometimes, it comes off, and it doesn't this time.
Tex slots it, and the Crows, this is looking dangerous. They're banging them through to start this third term. 14 gone, and they're 10-4-64. They trailed at half time by 2, and now they're leading quite comfortably. The Eagles 7-4-46. That is a margin of 18 points.
We said it, Emmers, didn't we? As soon as the pressure drops, it's going to be an onslaught in Adelaide. If they're running, and Tom Barrass here on the Harvey Norman replay. He's a metre from Tex, and I don't know what he's doing. Gets a tiny little accidental block, but what's the point of that?
When you've got numbers back there like that, just go and be really strong one-on-one, because you know that he's not going to get beaten one-on-one, Barrass. He's so strong. So Texas, whilst he was very quiet in the first half, just a couple of signs in this third quarter that he's alive, and Adelaide at the moment just dominating the inside 50 entries. They're going to keep scoring if they keep getting the ball in like that.
So another clearance is going to go the Crows' way to Laird, but going back is Barrass. Get a mark or a free kick. Of course, we just saw that nice mark encouraged by Barrass on the Harvey Norman replay. The new Google Pixel 6A available now at Harvey Norman, plus receive a bonus $150 gift card. Barrass goes short to Duggan at half-back.
Inside 50s baseball, we've got a sec.
12-2, X in favour of the Crows. Just an onslaught from them in the entry department, as we said, and now converting that. Very dangerous territory for the Eagles on the Reds at learning stats.
A couple of late goals to Brisbane means they're going to beat Carlton quite easily, which means the ladder's ever changing, and the line's now up to 5th, and Carlton will stay in 7th. So Jack Darling on the wing can go short and try and find Gaff here, but he hung the kick in the air for a bit long.
Lucky.
Free kick's going to go to Gaff though against McAdam for a high contact. That's going to be 50. So Barry's trying to run off the ground to find the interchange gate and ran through the mark, and Gaff's going to go inside 50. I reckon he still won't make the distance for Andrew Gaff.
Where's JK?
He could be 30 out and struggle.
Busy turn for Gaff so far too, coming up to disposal.
So what he can do though, he can run straight ahead now and take the 5.
Go Gaffy. He's got Waterman short now.
He's calling for a little lead up.
He's throwing the grass.
I'm going to back him.
Come on,
Kick it from 50. I'm going to back him.
Come on. Andrew Gaff and his good mate Josh Kennedy's last game struts in inside 50. Can he kick the distance? It looks pretty good for strength, but just hangs it out to the left. He goes through for one behind. The Crows still dominating on top. West Coast 7-5-47. The Crows 10-4-64. Triple M IGR the scoreboard.
Dawson with the kick out for the Crows. Into the pocket he goes. 17 minutes now gone as they work it around that far side. He'll receive it again, Dawson, with a bit of run and then some dash and then a kick up towards half forward. No one could take the mark. Petreski Seton will get back, but it's gone to the top of the 50. Miller tried to lay the tackle. Now it's to Foley. Foley had his hand pass shut down. Well done, McHenry. He dives over the top of the footy. 60 out from Adelaide's goal. They moved that really well, very quickly. And they've now congested it up and will have a ball up.
They tackle well, the Crows. See those small players, they nail you. On that occasion, West Coast tried to break through. They don't give you the opportunity.
Laird's kick around the corner. Miller is there. Play on, said the umpire. It was touched. Now he's caught in a tackle. And we'll ball it up again. So we've just snuck in, Beastie, for another inside 50 for Adelaide. They lead the way 10-4-64 to 7-5-47, 18 gone.
So we'll throw it up. Big tackle by Nat Nui. Just stumped him to the ground. He's going to get a free kick. It's going to go against McHenry. Took
He
too
does
long.
have to be careful there, though, Tommy, doesn't he? He's so strong, Nick Natanui. He just picked him up and buried him. As we saw, he copped a couple of weeks suspension a couple of years ago just for being too strong.
So a bit of a long pitching wedge. Went very high in the air to the wing. Ends up with Neil, who just kicks it straight towards the line. And lucky that Waterman got there in time to make a contest. With Butts, goes across the line. We'll throw it in half forward here for the West Coast Eagles as the sun's almost gone. The last little pocket of it on that far side. So boundary throwing O'Brien and Natanui. It's tapped down. Here's Gaff getting busy to Shuey, to Jones. Overlap run over the head of JK. Darling almost just throws the ground without the footy. The ball comes over the back and Parnell does well. Kicks short. Marked by Mitch Hinge, who has some run off half back. And it's been marked here by McAdam.
McAdam has it right half back. Still Adelaide in charge. This guy's just the one behind in this third quarter. Brodie Smith has it. And the Crows, they've kicked 3 goals, 2. So they've been dominant in this third term. The kick along the line. Himmelberg takes the mark.
He's getting busy now, Locke.
He certainly is. Jermaine Jones running around the back of him.
He just had to get out, Jermaine Jones. He had an opportunity to get out. It was just silly by him. He didn't need to do it.
It's just stupid. Wake up. Like, you've just strolled through the mark. And I'm going to say, kicks this game over.
He's been good, Jermaine Jones, today, but he had plenty of time. We could see it. He just had to get out. Anyway.
So Himmelberg will kick from 30 metres out. Got a slight angle, but should nail it and stretch the margin. He does. Gets a goal to his name. And look at this margin now. The Crows are 11-4-70. They lead the West Coast Eagles 7-5-47. That is 23 points, and they were trailing at halftime by 2. Big turnaround in this game.
Yeah, we've applauded his offensive work all day. The inside 50 had only moments to go. Jones just blasted it in, and then that was just so silly. There's no need to be 2 metres from Himmelberg jogging past, and it just undoes so much of his good work today. And Himmelberg, who's had a shocker, gets on the scoreboard.
I reckon it's because he ducked in. Put one step towards him.
But there's no need to just get away.
Yeah.
Your opponent's not there. You're jogging anyway.
Starting to even up the disposal now, aren't they? They got smashed in the first half, Adelaide, but Keys in the midfield, and suddenly they are just well and truly on top right now.
So silly by Jones. Now gets into the middle of the ground again. Berry just tries to shrug off Kelly, but can't. It's going to be a free kick, though. Dangerous tackle. Crowd don't like it. And Berry will take it. He's a tough football player, Berry. The youngster goes out wide.
And I reckon Tim Kelly might be hearing from the match review panel. That was a sling.
For Dawson, his hand pass missed Keys. Gaff gathered. Gave it to Rioli. Now comes off half back, Willie Rioli. Goes short to Cripps. And now Ryan can run in the sun. Jack's running back, and so is JK. It's going to go towards the man himself, Kennedy. I'll tell you what. I don't reckon the fans care if they win today.
Nah.
As long as this bloke keeps potting goals.
He might win the game off his own boot, Josh Kennedy. He's the one player keeping West Coast in this contest right now. When Adelaide dominated the first quarter, it was his goal that really sort of changed the momentum, lining up for number 5 towards the end of the third quarter. This is big.
For JK, deliberate, strolls in. He's done it for a long time, and now he's got 5. What a superstar. Just making it look too easy on his big day. Kennedy's got 5, and he gets one back for the Eagles there, 8-5-53. The Crows 11-4-70. As we go along here in the fourth term, almost third term, almost at three-quarter time, 23 gone on the Triple M IJ Liga scoreboard.
What's his music? We have the music
this
there.
country bit of Northampton.
Do we have it going usually? Or
Oh, no,
It's the
actually,
Venga
this
Boys.
is
The
a bit
Venga
more
Boys.
Venga
Venga
Boys.
Bus.
Yeah. Righto.
Well, it's obviously JK's jam.
You remember?
But do we always do that?
No, remember back a couple of years ago, and the players could choose what song
Yeah.
they wanted.
Yeah, well, this
that
is
was
it.
JK's.
Right, so they've dusted it off for today.
Yeah,
A few
one.
of the Northampton boys might be in that Benga bus with JK a bit later on tonight.
Speaking Swahili,
Where are they going?
eyeballs will do free spins. They will have 100 beers in that box today, responsibly. If that's even a thing.
We're back in the middle. Nat Nui taps it out to the advantage of Berry, who overruns it. O'Brien there to slap it on the boot. His kick was smothered. Laird been terrific this afternoon. To Keys, to Murphy. He slaps it on the boot, and here he comes. Himmelberg had a bit of a fumble, though. Should have eaten up that mark. Now Barris is over the top of it. Just kicks it off the grounds. Hovering as Saligo. He gives it to Himmelberg. Himmelberg's kick is beautiful. Right towards the goal square. And Fogarty's taken the mark. No, it's not Fogarty. It's McAdam.
Came out like Fogarty, led really hard, didn't he? He's been good today, McAdam. I like that there by Himmelberg. Again, a bit like Tex in the first half. Didn't get near it, but they keep themselves in the contest. Himmelberg's done a couple of good things in this third quarter, as has Tex. And McAdam now lining up for number 3.
From only 20 metres out, he snuck it through. Just snuck it through. He was really happy with his performance, though. He was clapping away. 12-4-76, the Adelaide Crows. The Eagles 8-5-53. That's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, good food, deserves a great drop.
Just looking on the Harvey Norman replay as we speak. Himmelberg, it was a nice kick to a lead up. Wonder whether Liam Ryan, if he really wanted to go there, he could have gone. Just happy to coast him behind.
Without Tom Cole.
I reckon Tom Cole goes there, I reckon.
Yeah.
There you go. So, have a look here on the Harvey Norman. Just drifts across, says, nah, not for me today.
All season they've struggled to contain small forwards without Tom Cole playing. So Foley's been hooked the last couple of weeks. Of course, Bruce kicked, 6 against Witherden?
Yeah.
They don't really have a defensive sort of small defender back
Brad
there.
Shepherd for so long, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's been able to shut that play down.
Small
He was very good, Brad Shepherd.
So Nat Nui gets the big hit out of the ruck, and they've been tackled, though. Kelly couldn't run onto it, so we'll throw it up again between O'Brien and Nat Nui, just inside the centre square. They link arms, so Brian wins it down towards Keys, and Shuey just falls in his back. Clumsy.
How many free kicks is Shuey giving away today, Beast, if you've got that by any chance? It seems the tackles a lot of the time, it's either in the back or high, just a fraction too much
aggression. On the back of that, Adelaide have been first, especially in this third quarter. They're the ones that have been hunting.
Oh, Tinny been there.
Been reactive.
So Laird kicked it to the ruck contenders in O'Brien and Nat Nui. Nat Nui spoiled it. Now advantage is paid. Here's TK lurking, looking sharp. Where is he? Oh, he's all by himself. Oh, it's hard not to get aroused, X. It's very exciting.
Hang on. Just undoing a belt buckle. Oh, bloody love him.
So as our Melbourne audience joins us, as X undoes a belt buckle, he's very excited because JK is having a day out. He's kicked 5 of the Eagles' 8 goals.
And the one he missed was a banana. So the drop punts have been flush.
The Adelaide lead by 23 points here in the third term. 2.5 to go. JK looking for 6. Stutters. Runs into 50. He bangs it hard. And I reckon he's banged it home. Is there anything this man can't do? He's got 6 goals in his final game, and he's keeping the West Coast Eagles in it. The Crows 12-4-76, West Coast 9-5-59, 27 gone, Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Not much you can do there with the advantage. Butt slips over. He's had 6 kicked on him today, but the last 2, advantage to Tim Kelly, and you've got the whole inside 50 to hit a Josh Kennedy. That's just an easy pass, and the one before as well was a fast play, and Kennedy out the back, so don't blame him for those last 2, but he has hit those drop punts flush today, 6 straight from drop punts.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
5 goals or more 33 times in his career for Jake.
Oh, good from you, Beef.
Stats.
We're back in the middle. The Crows have been terrific in this third term. Kennedy's been terrific for the West Coast Eagles. Good putting his body on the line with Shuey. Cripps is laying a tackle as well. He's got him in a headlock. bury the man underneath that, and another ball out, or ball up, right on the logo. Good strong work from O'Brien, went through the hands of Petreski-Seaton. Jones falls over as he hand passes it. Here's Berry, been terrific. Slaps a kick from Laird out towards the boundary line. Gathered in the end by Hinge. He kicks inside attacking 50. 3 Eagles go at it. Hearn's fist to Fogarty. He couldn't trap it. Both he and his opponent in Duggan fall over, and a chip pass is good from Petreski-Seaton to Cripps. Now the run of Jones. Where's Kennedy? He's inside 50. A bit far away though. Jones has kicked a shocker. Butts, who's had a tough day on Kennedy, has taken the mark to Brodie Smith. Now to the run of Parnell. And he kicks it up towards half forward. Strong hands from Fogarty, just couldn't hold on to it. Then Edwards fell over as he tried to block the kick. Here's Redden. Goes back by hand to Barris, slaps it on the boot. Shuey couldn't take the mark. Will charge at it and have to lay the tackle on Laird. Redden grabs hold of his opponent. Tough stuff from both teams. Good competitive footy. As we ball it up again. 12-4 plays 9-5. Adelaide lead it. Britt on the boundary will come to you in a moment as Williams taps it down towards Redden. His kick was smothered. Jones is there, caught in a tackle. We will come to you, Britt, as I think the umpire's going to have to say ball it up. For Bob Jane T-Marts, Britt.
For our Melbourne audience, the big news from the injury front was Will Hamill being subbed out in the second term with concussion and has a history, only 21 years old and up to his 6th concussion now.
Good. Yeah, huge concerns. Bob Jane T-Marts look after you. Buy 3, get 1 free and instant cashback on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online bobjane.com.au.
The umpire's just thrown it up again and then ball can't get out, so we'll repeat the process.
Rory Laird he's been outstanding all game. 11 touches this quarter, 7 clearances. They have absolutely dominated the contest in this third quarter.
So Redding gets that clearance. It's taken now by Rioli to his good mate Liam Ryan. That was fancy. Little banana kick's got a bounce. Can't get past Butts though. He did really well. Gave it off to Murphy. His left foot kick's a shocker. But it's turned out okay because Fogarty snaffled it just outside 50. Kicks in board. Lurking was Walker. Langdon got a hand to it. Walker, hands and knees. Just underneath it, then storms through. Then he's tackled by Duggan. And the umpire says that's holding the footy.
Zach Langdon's hands was really important there. Looked like that ball from Fogarty had Tex's name written all over it.
So Duggan goes short to Petreski-Seaton, who again spreads wide to Waterman, who has Rioli, has marked it, but the siren sounds. The Crows dominating the third term, 12-4-76. They lead by 17 points. West Coast 9-5-59. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
catch a quarter-pounder range meal and score a free Macca's glass. Start collecting today.
It's the Rush Hours Men's Health Chat.
Okay, now, I look at you, Jars.
Beautiful,
I
man.
used to wonder sometimes how you breathe through your nostrils because each nostril is that full of hair. It's not funny. I'm looking now at a medical marvel. I'm in awe of you.
Thanks, Greg.
Because I've looked up the benefits of excessive nose hair.
The Rush Hour with Bernie, Bluey and Jars. Back tomorrow from 4 on Adelaide's Triple M. Also on Listener.
See the world's best cyclists in Wollongong at the 2022 UCI Road World Championships. 11 races, 8 days, more than 70 nations. Plus the spectacular coast, cliffs and escarpment. World-class sport and so much more from 18 to 25 September. Are you ready for the ride of your life?
Australia, it's time for a break. And at Choice Hotels, we have everything you need to enjoy your perfect getaway. So whether you're looking to reunite or re-energise, see the sights or see the family, Choice Hotels have you covered. With hotels across Australia, from Albury to Albany, Brisbane to Bendigo, and everywhere in between. Your next break is just a way when you book direct at choicehotels.com for the lowest price guaranteed. That's choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to quality verandas, carports and garages, you can't beat Alpha Industries. They custom build, use Australian bluescope steel and have over 150 years combined building experience. Not bad for a multi-award winning South Australian company. Alpha Industries. quality built verandas, carports and garages. Visit the showrooms in Cavan and Glandore or alphaindustries.com.au.
Imagine firing up the barbie, cracking a cold one and enjoying watching the footy with your family and friends in your new outdoor entertaining area. Well, you can do it with a Fielder's Centenary patio, veranda or gazebo. Available in a wide range of styles, colours and sizes. There's sure to be a Fielder's Centenary home extension that's just right for you. So if you're looking to entertain outdoors, visit www.fielderscentenary.com.au or your local Fielders branch and let our team of experts help create your perfect outdoor space.
Santa Seafood. Fresh from the high seas. Santa Seafood. Fresh from the high seas.
Mix and match 4 kilos of premium seafood for just $60. Atlantic salmon portions, flathead and barramundi fillets, crumb garfish, salt and pepper squid, crumb prawns and loads more. Mix and match 4 kilos for just $60. Open 7 days at Richmond Road, Richmond.
Santa Seafood. Fresh from the high seas. Santa Seafood. Fresh from the high seas.
From the cheese down, the Quarter Pounder Deluxe looks familiar. But look up from the juicy beef, and a fresh lettuce and tomato surprise awaits you. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great fresh specials this week. Like juicy Afura mandarins, 100% Aussie and just $2.90 a kilo. This week at Coles. Offer ends Thursday.
Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon, making every tradie's job easier.
17 points the margin here. Adelaide leave it after a really impressive third quarter. And also impressive Josh Kennedy. He's kicked 6 for the home team. But it's the Crows 12-4-76. They lead the West Coast Eagles 9-5-59. X-Man and Embers, your thoughts with 1 quarter to go?
Josh Kennedy's been exceptional. 6 goals. And it hasn't been as though they're kicking it to him when he's in a bad position. He's worked his backside off and he's been hit out, lace up, all those occasions. But Rory Laird, I mean, we've seen today why he's one of the best midfielders in the competition. Started out as a defender, 29 disposals up to 3-quarter time, but that quarter alone, 11 disposals, 7 clearances, 3 tackles. I mean, it's exceptional football. He's a superstar of the competition. And Jordan Dawson, the boom recruit who's come over from Sydney, of course, this season, he just adds a bit of composure and a bit of class out there too, doesn't he? So he's had the 21 disposals. And that quarter got going, and they found some footy. Adelaide drew even or won that quarter by 1 disposal, whereas in the first half they couldn't find the footy.
All right, let's head to Britt down on the boundary. Bob Jones T-Marts look after you. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on top tyre brands. Call 13 26 25 or order online, bobjones.com.au. Britt, give us an update down there. Huge crowd. This is the best of the season for West Coast.
Just over 50,000, they're saying, who have come out to farewell JK, and he has just changed his jumper yet again. So he's up to 3. Where do you think they end up? Does he keep one himself?
Probably
charity. One to charity.
probably all 3 to charity would be my thoughts.
Josh Kennedy Charity Foundation.
Well, he's setting up a foundation.
He is. Good on him.
Yeah. So there we go. Final term, JK's got 6. Rory Laird, of course, celebrating game 200. It's been a big afternoon here at Optus Stadium. 12-4-76, plays 9-5-59. Can JK kick some more? Here's Tommy Atkinson to start us off.
Thanks, Locke, from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Can West Coast get back into it and send JK off in style? Well, the Crows keep things going. So Kelly won the clearance, but hand passed it straight past Andrew Gaff, who just missed it at the bottom of the pack. In fact, it was Luke Shuey down there. So throw it up again. Nat Nui tapped it down, but Berry sharked it. Kelly grabbed him. It's socket off the ground. Can't go far, but Kelly grabbed it. To Shannon Hearn, who tried to torp. In fact, kicked a mongrel. Bounced nice, though, for Ryan. He can't pick it up. Has to go and lay a tackle. Or here's Cripps, ends up with it. He's Northampton buddy from Kennedy. Nails the goal. Just what the Eagles needed. So Cripper's got a couple. Northampton have, 8 between them? Yeah, 2 boys. Right, so yes. Party time up there this afternoon. If you didn't know, Jamie Cripps and Josh Kennedy are both from the country town of Northampton. West Coast 10-5, 65. The Crows 12-4, 76. The margin back to 11 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, West Coast just got to find a way to get the ball inside their forward half in this last quarter. Just got smashed in inside 50s in that third quarter, plus 13 the Crows were, and that's what allowed them to be able to skip away. But West Coast, you know, in JK's last game, that they will not die wondering. Huge crowd here, and they get the most important one, the first of the last.
Back to 11 points. Bounce of the footy in the middle. Nat Nui fists it forward. Kelly will get a free kick. A little bit of holding on. He wants to play on quickly. He'll look inside 50.
Free
and
kick,
there's more holding as well. Darling will get the free. So Darling will take it from 48 metres. Chance for back-to-back goals within 2 minutes to start the final term.
Was just watching JK to win the goal square. You don't reckon he's desperate to win today. Big fist pump to the crowd. He's riding every kick in this last 30 minutes.
So here we go again. Jack Darling. He'll sneak inside 45, straight in front. The crowd likes it, and so too does JK. He's running the JD, and it's party time in the West. 5 points now, the margin. 2 quick goals for West Coast, and it's game on big time.
Oh, it sure is. Nat Nui, we saw in the second quarter, he was the one that really got West Coast going. Hands on the footy. They want to smack it forward at the moment. And just having a look at the Harvey Norman at the moment. Yeah, it was a clear hold there from Jack Darling. So, unfortunately, at the moment, Adelaide have conceded a couple of goals after a really solid third quarter. West Coast now trailed by 5, and you can hear this crowd getting behind their home team.
So Darling's got a couple, Beastie.
Yeah, 30 goals on the year now for Darling. So copped a bit of flack this season for his form, but 30 goals coming off a career high 6 last week on the Red Z lending stats.
So he bounced again. 2 quick goals to start the fourth term for the West Coast Eagles. And Nat Nui wins it to Gaff, who's tackled by Laird.
No chance JK comes off in this last quarter.
Surely not.
Chance
If he comes off, I'm going home.
Exactly right.
We're all going home, okay?
Free kick's going to go the way, I think, of the Eagles here to Luke Shuey, and he plays on quickly. Can they get 3 inside 2 minutes? Kicks it long from behind. Kennedy can't get there. And the sub in Davis takes an uncontested mark with the apricot boots and comes out wide to Butts, who plays on. Kicks it high. Barris should be able to snaffle this over the top, but he drops the mark, gets out the back. McAdam with pace. Hand pass went straight through Laird. Waterman set up Hearn, did well to Nat Nui, to Gaff. The Crips, oh, watch out. Coming through, the big hitting shoulder was Brodie Smith. Ball comes free. Berry now gives it to Murphy, and they're on here, the Crows. The kick over the top. Here's Salio inside 50. And the mark's been taken by Fogarty. 25 metres out, and he should go home and bang this through.
Why would Harry Edwards leave his man there? It was a mark. Why would you press up and just simply give the over top? As you look on the Harvey Norman replay, Jamie Cripps.
Yeah.
That might have stunned him a little bit, I reckon.
He was a bit unlucky because he turned outboard, but if he had turned inboard, he had Shannon Hearn streaming by, went the wrong way, and unfortunately just got absolutely crunched and put this down. Darcy Fogarty won't miss from there.
So almost straight in front, Darcy Fogarty. Oh, he's missed it to the left.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So a big let-off for the West Coast Eagles. Fogarty just kicked it really, really hard and missed the left-hand side.
Where did he miss that?
12-5-77, 11-5-71.
Greatest of all time, Embers reckons.
Well, Embers likes to back the 32s.
So Hearn with the kick out. Takes a long time to get boot to ball. It's in the direction of Nat Nui up against Himmelberg. Nat Nui's hands was there, but couldn't hold on to the mark. Berry gathers. Quick kick forward by the Crows. Himmelberg's run down to try and grab hold of it. Had a bit of a fumble, though. Kept it in play. Duggan put his body on the line. Well done also by Saligo. And the quick kick forward was picked up by Keys. And then Keys is outside 50. Fogarty was on. Yes, he was. And he takes a long time now. He just kick it to the square. The Eagles will like that because they've got plenty of numbers, and Hearn has taken the mark.
Sometimes the simplest option's the best option. That was a 15-metre lead up Fogarty would have taken that on his chest, gone back, and as Embers would have said, kick the goal.
6 points the margin, Duggan.
No, I'm with you,
Seems to
Embers.
pass it.
That was unusual, that miss by him. He wouldn't miss another one.
Especially from there, as Duggan kicks it high again. And Nui fisted it forward. McHenry gets the hand pass. Saligo's onto the end of it, and he's kicked inside 50, cut off by Hearn. How many touches for Hearn, Beastie?
Up to 23 now, Lob.
So Barris sweeps it wide. He's got Langdon on. In a bit of space at half-back. Waterman's running past, ignores that, goes further to Jamie Cripps on the wing. It's a bit of nice ball movement now for the Eagles. Cripps slows it down, comes back inboard to Duggan, who plays on, gains 5 or 6 metres, then pumps it long towards JK, goes up, second bite of the cherry.
Hang on, the umpire's paid a shepherding. That's not going to be a popular decision. Shepherding out. Harvey Norman replay, it was there.
Of course it was, but
it doesn't matter.
Put your goggles on.
Willie Rioli just gave that one away.
And the Crows switch the ball. Not reading the play there. The umpire. The Hinge has it. Been called to play on and goes short. And he finds Davis. Still at his half back, just about 60 out from his own goal. Davis looks an athletic type. Plays on and kicks a high ball to the wing. Here's Edwards up against Fogarty. Over the back is Jones. Gathers his hand pass. Try to find the youngster in Hoff. Instead of taken across the line by Hinge. We'll throw it in right on the wing near the interchange gates. The Crows lead by 6 points, as we see on the Harvey Norman. Clear block from Willie Rioli. Eagles trade by 6 points, 7.5 gone, fourth term Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Good on you, Tommy. Ball thrown in again. O'Brien got to front position, tapped it towards the boundary again. So I'll throw it back in. Ream Hot Water, of course, built up for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. We're edging our way towards the forward 50 for the Crows.
Inside 50 is now 4-3 this term in favour of the Eagles on the Reds Atlantic stats.
6 points the margin, Beastie. Gaff tried to kick it off the ground. O'Neill takes on the tackler, front of the turf. He might be in trouble. No time to get rid of it. Rioli having a rest. Petreski-Seaton comes back on for West Coast, and the ruckmen go at it. O'Brien's just a little tall. Miller puts his head over the footy and deserves a free kick. Absolutely. And he can charge it inside 50 again. Tex ran one way, now he has to come back to try and find the mark. That's a beauty, Tommy. Tommy Barris climbing in front of the pack, hauls it in for a ripping mark. Now, not much to go to, so he has to hope somebody else can take an even better one. Ryan flying, had it fist away from him. Miller on the end of it, kicks it inside 50 and measures it nicely to Walker, who will be outside 50 when he kicks it.
Yeah, he's another beautiful set shot, isn't he? Tex Walker. We saw JK kick 2 from this spot early in the game. And it's not past Texie, I would have thought.
Yeah, should have a distance there, be kicking from just outside 50. He's had some good moments in the second half, Tex. This is important.
A little bit of a stutter. Now he launches into it. He'll drop it a little shorts. Pack or form, but the mark's been taken. Fogarty holds on to it. He'll kick from 15, maybe 10 out, but he's on the angle.
He's the kind of guy that doesn't run around and snap, Fogarty. He loves the drop punt, and most people would run around and snap this on the left. I reckon Fogarty is either going to go right foot check side. I reckon he's setting up for now.
He certainly is, Embers, and he nails this one. Best kick in the business.
Smart kid.
Absolutely. 13-5-83, plays 11-5-71. 12 points the margin. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, design services, huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon makes every tradie's job a little easier.
Bit lucky, the Crows there. Tex, just a shank off the boot, really. Ball drop was ugly. But Fogarty stood up and plucked a nice, strong mark. But you're right, Embers, he's a beautiful kick of the football. That was a pretty easy one from about 10 metres out. Just a nice little snap. But just gets that margin back out to 2 goals.
So, reset again. The umpire's just having a chat amongst themselves here at half-back. With McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. So West Coast trail by 12. And needed a couple of goals quickly. Jones with speed off half-back. Hand pass to Kelly. gathered it in with the left hand, then kicks a mongrel to half forward. Dawson picks it up, just gets rid of Petreski-Seaton on the left. Kicks a high, clearing ball. Saligo and Duggan. Oh, Saligo dropped what he should have taken, and Duggan dives in, wraps him up in a bear hug, rolls him around, and will throw it up on the wing.
Thank you. Clear the area.
So West Coast 75 tackles. It's got to be a season high, I reckon, Beastie. As it's one down to Foley, then to Gaff inside 50. Ryan marks it on the 50. As Cripps running past. Here he is. Well, if he kicks this, JK, he'll have 7. And West Coast will be only trailing by 1 goal.
But again, not essentially hunting JK because this is his last game. It's just one-on-one, good ball movement, easy lead. He hasn't had a hard lead mark all day.
Great understanding between mids and forwards right now. Just get the ball out in front. JK is going to present every single time.
So Kennedy strolls into 50, leans back. I tell you what, he's taken the absolute piss. He's got 7, and what a star Josh Kennedy is. And the Eagles get one back, 12-5-77. The Crows 13-5-83. The margin 6 points. And they are well and truly back in the contest, and we've gone 12 minutes from the 4th term. Triple M Marine Beacon Trade scoreboard.
I know a lot of players retire, but I'm not sure if I've seen a performance like this in someone's last game. 7 goals. It's not like West Coast are dominating this game of football. They still trail by a goal. He's kicked 7 out of his team's 12. And West Coast, we know they've had a really tough year this year. Right now, JK is the player that's keeping West Coast in the
absolutely, Embers. No doubt about it.
But just on the tackle count, boys, 81 is the Eagles' season high. That came in round 18 v Hawthorn. That was a 25-point loss, but tracking to top that potentially today on the Red Z Lending Stats.
The Crows by 6. We're out of the middle again. Charging at it is Berry. Hand passes out towards the wing. Strong work from Jones. Bounces in the direction of Gaff, who's had a pretty good second half. His hand pass, dangerous one to Natnu. He caught in a great tackle by O'Brien. Here's Berry. He charged in, and Gaff was all over him. Good physical stuff. And we'll ball it up close to the dugouts. Here, wing position. Natnu again. Wrestles with O'Brien. Shuey could have been copped high. Laird just slaps it on the boot. Duggan read it best, but fumbled the mark importantly. Right half back caught in a tackle. And umpire is going to ping him, I reckon. No, he's not. He was just hovering to wait for the ball to come out. 13 minutes gone. 6 points, Adelaide's lead. 13-5 plays 12-5. Another tap out towards the boundary line. Jones is quick to get there. His hand pass to Redden, who was almost standing out of bounds. Surely he
Is that what you were laughing at, Tom?
Redden was...
He was nearly 4 rows back in the cheap seats, and they handballed it to him.
And we'll go again. Trying it back into play. That new in O'Brien once again. The tap down to Berry. He's caught in a good tackle. Jones has been okay. He's going to be in trouble. Berry caught, holding the ball. Jones will have to move it quickly. Still plenty of time, but West Coast look better when he gets on the run. He looks to switch play. He might have to just force it down the line, and he does exactly that. Williams charging at it. Nearly took the mark, but O'Brien stands tall and takes a beauty.
Hand pass off to Dawson. Normally a nice kick. On the lead was Fogarty. It was spoiled by Edwards. Sligo takes it. Hand pass inboard to Malira. Over the top, bit of runners. Here's Murphy. Also with a McHenry. Murphy doesn't use McHenry. Squares it up. Going back Waterman with courage. Made a contest. And the hand pass comes back here to Hearn, who's normally good by foot. That's a dangerous kick. Made it tough for Gaff. The spoil came. Murphy inboard. Couldn't find McHenry. Shuey did really well. Hand passed it in midair. Duggan clearing kick. Up to half back. Williams 2-on-1. Dawson does nice. Hand pass with the right. Back inboard towards Butts, who measures one and finds Berry at centre half forward. Berry just slows things down. Bit of composure from the youngster. And then runs. Pumps it high, touched. Going to be play on. Not sure they've heard it. Over the back here is Shuey. Clearing ball. Going to have to go here, Redden, and does.
Redden did really well.
He gets a free kick for a high contest, and as Embers said, did really well.
Just while we're coming out of defence, most goals in their retirement game members. What do you reckon the most goals is in someone's final game of AFL football?
I'll say 8.
18.
18.
Fred Fanning.
Fred Fanning from Melbourne.
1947, round 18.
Still time.
18.
Still time.
Short pass, not a good one. Patriski Seaton was there, but the target was missed. Now the Crows can rebound. Miller were there. We'll get it at centre half back. Can come to this broadcast side, man, all on his own is McAdam. He's just got time to measure something or just wait for someone to lead, and that man has done exactly that. And Schoenberg, he's got it 70 out from goal. Himmelberg just standing, waiting. Ornament stands him. Now told to play on. He's got a man out wide. Saligo will just chip it inside 50, and that's nice pass. And Fogarty on the end of it will take it. And this might test him, but he's the best in the business.
He's the best in the business. This is tough. This is a 3 out of 10, but I'm backing Darcy Fogarty to kick this. And geez, just over 8 minutes to go. Adelaide by a goal. It's been a huge day for JK, but Rory Laird in game 200 has been absolutely outstanding. The Crows want this win right now.
So Fogarty from the boundary, 48 arounds. Will kick towards goal, and he just puts it straight through. I think JK can do, I can do as well. And it's out to 12 now, 14-5, 89, plays 12-5, 77, a third for Darcy Fogarty.
It's a weapon to have, Embers.
Oh, yeah.
On the junction, 50 out. So casual too, it's just a pure kicking style. Yeah, no, great football. And just again, just took the easy option as a 15-metre lead up. Fogarty just kicks his second for the quarter and now comes off for a spell.
Yeah, and that's what West Coast done really well today with JK. They've been prepared to honour that.
Just take the easy one.
Lead. Exactly. Yeah. And I reckon Adelaide have missed a couple of opportunities to hit that one up, but that particular time, Fogarty comes up at the kicker and he's got 3. Missed obviously a set shot from 25 out, which he'd never do again, but he's been a very important player.
So can the Eagles answer from the middle?
Holding Adelaide.
Going to be a free kick to the Crows, which West Coast were away there through Luke Shuey, but it goes to Rory Laird, who just plays on and kicks high. Inside 50, Himmelberg from the side has to fly. The punch came away, taken by McAdam. He snaps. Waterman has to go here. It's bouncing, and misses to the right-hand side. Very important point, though. It's now out to 13 points, so 3 scoring shots. 14-6, 90. West Coast 12-5, 77. 18.5 gone in the fourth term.
Seabar Super looking after our boys up the back. X-Man and Embers making hard work pay off. As Hearn will come to this broadcast site. The boys been on fire this afternoon, so too has this game. The kick's a long one from Hearn. No one can take the mark. Gaff just paddles it forward. He's being held as he did that. It's advantage rule. Ryan will run on. Everyone else stopped. Ryan can run inside 50 and boot it in direction of Darling. Running back with the flight. Darling couldn't take the mark and tap it to his team's Manny. Oh, he gave it the JK for number 8. Fed the beast, and the beast said, I'll take that one. In the farewell game, this is the ultimate.
Oh, he's kicked 8 goals in a game that West Coast won't go away. JK, 8 out of his team's 13 in his last ever game of footy. I thought actually Ryan should have gone short to him early on.
Yeah.
Had the hit up, went long. Kennedy, he just decided to get back. And Jack Darling, strong one-on-one. Josh Kennedy stayed involved. He's got 8. He can't believe it.
And they're losing.
Adam Simpson, he's just clapping. He's standing up, he's clapping. He can't believe it. No one can. Game on. He could kick 10 and be the match winner.
Play on, JK. Play on. You got another year left in you. This is silly.
He's kicked 8 or more 6 times in his career. Just the 3rd time he's kicked 8. And that's equal 3rd best of his career.
Oh, Nick now down to the middle. He gives it. O'Neill, where is the man that gets over the back? Here comes Williams. Streams here. They got another one. Put it down for the shepherd from JK. He was nowhere near it, but give him the goal.
Hang on. It's a goal. It's his bloke doing.
I just want to check if the ball didn't hit the post.
No. Hit the post and went through the middle.
Score review.
Umpire's call is a goal.
So-
Please check it didn't hit the post.
If he's hit the post, I'm delisting him.
So Bailey Williams was 1.5 metres out.
He's less than a metre and a half.
His foot's nearly hit the post. That's how close he was.
Gee, it is close to the post, isn't it?
Where's Snicko?
They're going to have to go to the Snicko, like you said, because that's really, really close.
If he's hit the post, it's impossible.
JK celebrating behind.
The crowd's going to go nuts.
So Williams is 2 metres out.
He's hit the post.
Looking at this angle, we can see there is a spike on
He's picked up from the goal square. You wouldn't believe it.
Don't come Monday, pack your bags. I don't know what state you're from, but you're out of Perth.
Oh, my goodness.
Out of WA.
You couldn't possibly. He's missed it from the goal.
He's missed it from a metre.
It's unbelievable.
So Bailey Williams, that's a point, and at the margin is 6 points, 21 gone in the fourth term.
Wow, the kick out is a long one. Nat Nui there to fist it forward. Rioli can look inside 50. His kick was smothered. He's dropped to the ground, missed the mark. Here's Rioli again. Couldn't get the kick away, 35 metres out. We'll ball it up.
Bailey Williams.
The moment's got better of the kid. Get him off.
Little over 6 remaining in this game. 6 points the margin.
Just dropped the World Cup.
Nat Nui cuts it down. Kennedy sharks it. Kicks towards the goal square. It's a high one. Running back with the flight. Darling couldn't take it. Nat Nui lays a big tackle. Petreski Seaton there as well. Ball 10 metres out. Another ball up.
This is great. This is outstanding. Watch JK wrap around again here.
He's looking to be the rover. Once again, where is he, JK? Nick Nat couldn't get boot to ball. Still 10 metres out. Crows under all sorts of pressure. And we're not going anywhere. There's a bit of wrestling going on between Berry and Nat Nui. And Darling just taking a long time to get off his opponents.
Nick Nat's lurking at the moment. JK's around here. He wants to wrap around. Will Nick Nat try to grab it?
Another throw up. In the end, Murray stole it out of the hands. He kicks it high to the top of his defensive 50. Fisted forward again. Could bounce back into Kennedy's direction. Rioli lays a really important tackle. Couldn't ping him there. And another ball up. 25 now out from West Coast goal. We've got about 6 minutes remaining and they trail by 6.
So we throw it up. Coming through Hinge. Massive tackle laid on him by Shuey. Ends up with Redden. Hand pass to Kelly. He's 40 out. His kick is smothered though. Taken by Foley. Tries to do a bit. His hand pass was smothered. Taken by Malera. There's McHenry. And Jones just throws him to the ground. O'Neill kicks inside 50. Here he goes! You wouldn't read about it. Kennedy's marked it. 40 out. The book has gone bananas. Lockie's almost had a heart attack.
Remember the email.
This is amazing.
Remember where you were. JK's last ever game.
So Kennedy.
Lining up for number 9.
As we take a deep breath, there's 5 to go. Kennedy, he's only 35 out. Walks in. Can he get 9? Leans back. And he's missed it.
Bent knee. Now you can see as soon as he kicked it.
He's just kicked that deliberately for a behind. Now the margin is 5 points. The next goal could put West Coast in front. 24 gone, fourth term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Here's Lockie Reeves.
The kick out's a long one to the far side again. Nat Nui continues to hover. Tex is up there too, working hard for the Crows. They lead it at the moment. It's going to come back their way though. Barris gathers it, tried to get the hand pass. Keys is there, tough as ever. Gives it off to Laird. He chips it over the top, tight to the boundary. McHenry shrugged off the tackle, goes one way then the other. Hand passes along the boundary line, forced over the line. We'll throw it in. They did well there, the Crows. Got it towards right half forward and can reset. 50,117 in attendance, saying farewell to Josh Kennedy. He's kicked 8. Has he got one more in him? They need him to have because they're trailing by 5. Nat Nui taps it down, caught in a big tackle. Well done on Jones. It was Berry, did the hard work. Now it's with Murphy. 55 out, check side inside. Tackling 50. Himmelberg takes the mark.
I got blocked. I couldn't see.
Now the crowd's gone off their head for
umpire. You can hear him in the mic just then said, "Sorry, mate, I just couldn't see it."
It was blocked.
It was blocked, the umpire. But anyway, Himmelberg right now kicked already one in the third quarter. Important point anyway, 5 points up right now. Should go back and kick it.
So didn't have a touch really in the first half.
Not really, just didn't.
Didn't have a touch at all. But he could make it real interesting now as he sends it on its way. The Crows out to 11 with 4 to go. He's got 2. Adelaide 15-6. 16-6 I would say now. Scoreboard a little slow, is it? No, 15-6, 96 to 13-7, 85.
Well, game on. It's JK have been absolutely outstanding. 8 goals. Like Darcy Fogarty in the last quarter, missed a really easy set shot. Should have gone back and kick it. Harvey Norton replay at the moment. Should have been a free kick for Jermaine Jones. Umpire was blindsided. That happens in footy, but Himmelberg hadn't had a big day, but just had composure. Had to go back, get through that footy. It was a really good set shot under pressure. 11 points. West Coast still a chance. Just over 3 minutes to go.
So Nat Nui, McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. So can the Eagles get a couple? Kelly being held, I reckon. Advantage paid. He streams out of the middle. Kennedy from behind. Gets over the back. Darling might run onto it. Will it sit? Oh, just tapped through. It almost ran through for a goal. So some good defence back there from Worrell. Might have hurt himself or just cramp, I reckon. Taps it through. So the margin's now 10 points. 27 gone in the fourth term.
If it just cramps, biggies.
Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard supporting tradies for over 120 stores, expert trades teams, design services and a huge range of electrical accessories. Beacon making every tradie's job easier.
Dawson kicks it out from fullback towards the boundary again. No one can take the mark. Gaff there working against Berry. Berry's been very, very good. Comes out in the direction of Hearn. He's up against Himmelberg. Couple of fumbles there, and it's still on the boundary and now rolls over. So they pushed it and pushed it. It's creeping up towards the wing now, far side of the ground. It's 11 points to margin. Worrell still limping around with the cramp.
Inside 50's all locked up at 10 apiece, so it just shows you how competitive this last term is on the Red Z Lending stats.
They need something here, West Coast. As Kelly lays a big, important tackle, umpire says, give it to me.
It's hard for the umps not to get caught up in the hype.
Absolutely. As Worrell comes off the ground, so they've got a man loose at the moment as he runs off the ground. The fend-off was high from Keys. Redden will take the free kick. So time ticking away here. A little under 3 minutes to go.
Just roll and get it in.
Got to just go now. Take a risk. He might get caught. He does! Himmelberg lays the big tackle. And it could be the game saver.
I'm sorry, Himmelberg. I took the Mickey first half. You've kicked 2 and had a big moment then.
That second half has been a lot better than the first.
That might be it, I reckon.
That is it.
2.5 minutes to go. If that ball ended up top of the square, see what you can do. But 2.5 now, Adelaide ball.
10 points, Adelaide's lead. They came up to the challenge as O'Brien's taken another big mark.
Outside 5.
Good response from the Crows. Crowd was roaring with JK on fire.
Play on.
And they've done really well in the dying minutes as O'Brien kicks inside attacking 50. Barris hovering, couldn't hold on to the mark. Himmelberg again gets the hand pass away. Led in game 200. Hand passes out towards the boundary line. Hinges there. Shakes off, no. Couldn't shake off the tackle of Kelly. Gave it back to a teammate who kicks it high inside 50. Rioli takes the mark. He's just got to go. Just got to run, kick, do something special now.
Go short to Duggan.
Not kick it into the pocket where Duggan has to go back. That's not what you need to do.
So Duggan wants to go quickly and go across the ground. Kicks it high. This is dangerous. Ryan from the back. Can't get there. And that'll be all she wrote, I reckon.
Ryan's standing there with his arms up. How about arms down and make an effort?
So Mitch Hinn just marked it inside the centre square. He'll take up his full 30 seconds. No, just plays on. No. Comes across the ground. Davis didn't see it coming.
He did not see it coming.
Scared the life out of him.
Play on.
So Davis has it. He'll pump it deep and does in towards the pocket to Fogarty. Goes up. Oh, nice mark. Used his leg, used his body, and Darcy Fogarty's been massive when it mattered.
That's a really good jump and grab, Darcy Fogarty.
And with what we've seen, Embers, you almost jog back to the centre circle, don't you?
Don't want to say it, but
say it.
He is as good as set shot kick as I've seen in the game for a long time, Darcy Fogarty, especially when he kicks through it. Doesn't miss from 50.
He'll take the full time. Stroll to 50. Darcy Fogarty for number 4. Trots in, kicks it well, kicks it home, and Adelaide are going to win. He's got 4, 16-6, 102. Lead West Coast 13-8, 86. The Eagles have tried hard. Josh Kennedy's put on an absolute clinic, but the Crows are going to get home.
Outstanding by the Crows. Obviously so much for West Coast today. JK been an absolute champion of the game. And Adelaide on the back of an outstanding performance last week. They've been in a lot of games that have lost this year, the Crows, but there's certainly some good signs with this young group coming through. Matty Nix would be proud of what they've been able to do today. They were challenged by West Coast. West Coast threw the kitchen sink at them and more. And they've just been able to find a way, the Crows, in Rory Laird's 200th. 16
points the margin, not far away from the final siren. The Crows superb in the end. They were up to the challenge. O'Brien was terrific, taps it down. Berry's been sensational for the visitors. He kicks up towards the top of the 50. Packle form. Over the top was Foley, gave it off towards Jones. He was caught in a tackle. Now it's with Waterman. Waterman has it left half back. Sirenal sounds. Short pass good to Kelly. To Shuey, a little bit of run through the midfield. Shuey on the siren. Big win, Crows. Massive game from Josh Kennedy in his farewell. It had it all this afternoon. It lived up to the hype. The Crows will win. They'll celebrate. But in a funny way, the Eagles will celebrate as well. The final score 16-6, 102. That's the Crows. The Eagles 13-8, 86. What a thrilling game. That had everything in it. Crows really up to the challenge. Yep. JK kicking 8 goals. My goodness me, footy is fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. And we know West Coast have got a big following. They've had a poor year this year, but to get 50,000 people, not one person has left this stadium, and JK just gave it his absolute best today. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough blokes to go with him, but they had a big crack, and Rory Laird was absolutely outstanding. Let's go down to him right now for Fox.
First 2 kicks. Yeah, I don't kick too many goals, and I think my first touch was a goal, so I got a fair few family and friends right down there at that end too, so I gave it a bit.
Bit of a tough week for the club this week. Was it good to get away to Perth and really focus on footy?
Yeah, I think it's been obviously a lot of talk through the media and all that, and just for us to come up here as a team, and obviously a pretty special occasion for myself, and the boys did it for me, and the West Coast boys doing it for JK Kennedy, so it was a pretty amazing crowd and electric atmosphere.
You were a backman, you're now a fully fledged midfielder. You enjoying your time in there, mate?
I love it, mate. I used to get in trouble down back for running off. Now I just sort of run around and chase the ball, so it's a bit of fun.
Very good, mate. Congratulations, 200 games. Well done, mate.
Rory Laird, what a superb game from him. Not only did he start with the 2 goals early on, but finished with a heap of possessions.
36 lock.
Yeah, best on JK's best on ground, but for Adelaide, clearly the best player for Adelaide today. He was outstanding. Just looking at Rory Sloane heading over to JK. He travelled today, obviously, for Rory Laird's 200th. There's a couple of injured lads that did.
And JK is going to talk now, courtesy of Fox.
Mate, 8 goals. You probably ended up missing the easiest one there towards the end.
Yeah, missed the easiest one of the day. But no, look, it was a great fight. Adelaide brought the contest, and it was it was a good game to be a part of in my last game.
How do you feel, mate?
Bit emotional, but it's been good.
I know your wife and the kids and lots of family up in the stands. Been great watching you, mate, and playing with you as well. You played some great footy out here. Yep. Is it you had time to reflect on it all yet?
Yeah, I'll probably have a few beers tonight, and then I'll probably reflect over the next couple of weeks, mate. It's been an amazing journey. Can't thank the club I can't thank all the fans here, my teammates. It's been a crazy journey.
Don't get emotional on me. I'll be getting emotional as well. 8 goals, mate, in your last game. So you wanted to go out on a high?
Yeah, no, the boys are looking at me a fair bit. So, it was the boys up the field. They were the ones feeding me all day. So, yeah, I was lucky enough to get around in a few. So, it's good to finish off like that.
Congratulations. Great career. Been a pleasure playing and watching you, mate. Really well done.
Thanks, mate. Love you.
Josh Kennedy, 8 goals. Unbelievable. Premiership hero. He finishes off in style and a little emotional. Is he an emotional kind of guy?
I reckon Scully was about one question. He could have gone bang and got him in tears, but he sort of stuttered his way through it. But now, as we're just watching down now, Adelaide and the entire West Coast Eagles Footy Club staff, injured players, the lot. JK wants to get off the ground before doing another interview to let the Adelaide Crows obviously go and celebrate with Rory Laird. But
Carl Langdon's having a chat with Adam Simpson and Josh Kennedy right now. Adelaide boys got a flight to catch, but they'll do the right thing and just hang there for a little bit longer.
Bit of a guard of honour going on at the moment. So, as we said, the West Coast Eagles, all the team, the whole club standing on one side, Adelaide standing on the other, JK waiting. I think Carl will have a bit of a chat. We might be able to sneak in and listen to what Simo has to say, and also JK in a moment. Music's pumping, 50,000 fans still here, which is absolutely awesome. Been a tough year for the West Coast Eagles and their fans. They've been horrible pretty much until...
Well, it's a sad state of affairs that the highlight of the season is
the retiring.
The great leaving.
Yep. So Carl is with Mike in hands. He's just being told just to wait for another moment. Now, here we go. The mic is working. Let's head down to Carl.
It's fantastic to have you here after the game today. To the Adelaide Crows, terrific game of footy, guys. And 200 games to Rory Laird, a legend of your footy club. Well played today, Rory. Good stuff, mate. You spoiled JK's party. So, Adam Simpson, your coach, you're seeing an absolute champion of the game go out, mate. It's been a tough season.
Oh, look, it's been a tough season. Just on behalf of the club, we just want to thank everyone for turning up every week. It's been fantastic. 50,000 again tonight. Sorry we let you down on occasions, but we'll be bigger and better next year. And to JK, thanks for everything from the club, from the fans, from all of us, mate. We love you. Well done, a great career.
What a way to finish. Eight goals. I don't know if you were counting. 8-2, should have been 9. You've only... Look, that's the 4th most goals you've kicked equal in your career. You've wound back the clock. Brisbane, you kicked 8 in 2016. 2 lots of 10, a bag of 11 against GWS. What a way to go out. Look at these fans, mate. 50,000 of them here today to see you.
I just want to, firstly, thank you, the Adelaide Footy Club. Congratulations, Rory, on 200 games, mate. It's an absolute ripping effort. And to the fans, you guys, thank you so much. I can't thank you all enough. You're the reason why we're out here able to play. You set the atmosphere, and you've given me so much over my career. So I just want to thank all you out there.
Now, what I saw today, I know that you said you're out of petrol, but all of a sudden the tank was full today. I mean, there is still some more petrol in there, JK.
I think the boys were feeding me a fair bit. So, there was probably a lot of ball that came my way that probably shouldn't have. So I was quite lucky in the end.
Mate, just reflecting quickly, what's the journey been like for you and a boy from the bush in Northampton, where there's been a lot of great players come from your town? What does it mean to be finishing up playing your last game today?
It's been a crazy journey. Starting in Northampton, all my mates and everyone's up there in all the Northampton crews. So my mates that I started footy with, they're all up there. So I've had some lifelong friends, and they're the reason why I play football. And I can't thank Northampton as a community enough. They're the ones that give me a start in this. And to finish today, it's been a surreal, it's been a crazy experience, and I just can't thank everyone enough.
293 games, 723 goals. Josh Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the chair? Let's see the chair. And Rory, get your chair ready. Where's Rory's chair? Come on, as JK is chaired on the field.
So JK gets chaired off the grounds. Fans are loving it. Their team lost 16-6-102 to 13-8-86. Chaired off the ground by Shannon Hearn, Luke Shuey, his great mates. What a memorable afternoon it's been for West Coast fans and for footy fans in general. This is something special to watch. One of the greats of the game being cheered off the grounds. A superstar of a player and a legend of a bloke. X-Man.
Oh, absolutely. Privileged to know him as a mate and also a teammate. You can just see now how respectful he is, and made mention in that quick speech, his Northampton mates, he never forgot where he came from, and I'm certain he's a 700-goal superstar, but he's still the boy from Northampton at heart, and I think that's what we love about him, members.
Oh, what an absolute star. Every single Adelaide player, staff member lined up, and JK has gone and shaked every single person's hand just to say thanks very much for hanging out, but he's been an absolute genuine star. Reluctant to come over in the early days with the Chris Judd trade, but once he got to West Coast, he trained hard from the beginning. You knew that he was going to be someone quite special, prepared really hard, and he's just turned himself into one of West Coast's greatest ever players.
Yeah, and we can't also say enough about the Adelaide Footy Club, because it's tough to come to a team, no matter how well West Coast have been travelling. They came here, 50,000 fans chanting as loud as possible.
And a man on fire too.
And a man on fire, and their game was under the pump, and Adelaide stood up, didn't they?
And also the week that they've had as well off the field this week, the Adelaide Crows, so much distraction around them, but they hopped on a plane, and sometimes when there is so much going on, to be able to hop on a plane with your mates and just go and galvanise and come over, and they've been real improvement in the Adelaide Crows this year. They're a side that have really struggled the last few years. In fact, since 2017, they've really sort of fallen away, but they've got some young kids at the moment that are willing to take the game on, and Matty Nix would be absolutely wrapped with their effort today. They were challenged by West Coast. West Coast threw everything at them, and they just did enough to be able to find a way. Himmelberg in the second half didn't have much of an impact at all in the first half. Kicked a couple of goals later. Really important tackle. Tex had some moments in the second half. Darcy Fogarty stepped up and kicked 3 goals in the second half, 4 for the game. So they were very good, and they'll enjoy this victory. And unfortunately for West Coast, this game you expect will take a lot of emotion out of them. Obviously, they've got a derby next week. They're going to have to butter up and find a way to come out and compete against a very good Fremantle side, who we know were very good yesterday. So, but at the moment, it's all about JK, and what an outstanding contribution that he has made to the West Coast Eagles Football Club. And as I said, he'll go down as one of West Coast greats.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Of course, McDonald's. We love McDonald's. Catch a quarter-pounder range meal and score a free Macca's glass. Start collecting today. You got a lot of those Macca's glasses, Tommy? I actually do. So
hey, very handy. Got a collection of them.
Very handy they are.
Just look at Luke Shuey. It's amazing. He looks quite sad out there. You take a popular man out of a footy club and it can leave a gaping hole. And I reckon now you go, Christ, next year we're turning up. There's no JK. And he's never was a captain. Certainly could have been, because he was just a voice of reason more than anything else. Someone that didn't take anything too seriously. And they're going to turn up next year. And the man, I'm sure Luke turned to at many a times and asked for direction and help and support, that he won't be there. And there's, looking at the team today, there's probably not much really for those older players to turn to, and there's not a lot of light at the end of the tunnel either with the kids. So
yeah, that's hard.
I think now you take JK and still, as we saw today, is their best forward. You take that out next year, and Oscar Allen will return hopefully, but gee whiz, I reckon they've got some pain coming.
He said there that he was fed a little bit, and he probably was a couple of times, but I don't think
he wasn't. Like, he was open.
Too easily. Yeah,
he
that's
took
right.
chest marks. He took uncontested chest marks all day.
Yeah.
I don't think once we said in a call that they went to JK when JK was on.
Yeah, they weren't doing it obviously, were they?
So just there was really good understanding. What JK does really well is he presents, he leads up, he comes back at the kicker, he does his work early, his work rate. You can just watch JK all day. If you're a young forward coming through, come to today's game, sit there and just watch the way JK moves. And even in his last game, just his ability to be able to find space, get separation, do his work early. And 8 goals is just an incredible effort, and well done to him.
Just looking at his daughters too down there, 2 daughters, JK and Lozzie's wife. Gee whiz, it'd be good for them to have Dad full-time, won't it?
Yeah. Moving back to Northampton, he said during the week that he probably will move back to Northampton, which is an interesting move when you've been down here in the city for so long.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably done okay at a footy. He can probably have a city house and a country house. I think he'll be okay.
He'll be right. All right. RAA.
Embers is off to get on the fizz with the boys. See
He's,
Embers on skip.
So Embers is going to be roving Embers.
Roving Embers.
He's going to insert himself into the JK storyline.
Will JK talk to him? That is the quick question. RAA around the grounds, ensure with the locals today. Of course, earlier on today, a couple of really intriguing games and interesting games in terms of the makeup of the top 4 and also the top 8. The Swans did what we expected. They defeated North Melbourne by 38 points. Then the big game was the Brisbane Lions up against Carlton, and the Lions, although they were threatened late, got home by 33 points. So the ladder, Tommy, hopefully is updated now, is most amazing. The Cats sit at the top as we expect. They're one game clear, and then it's Collingwood on 60 points. Then Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane are all on the same points. That draw for Fremantle a couple of weeks back might just really hurt them at the end of the road.
So if Freo win their final 2 games, they're hoping that Melbourne, Sydney or Brisbane lose one of theirs.
Well, Brisbane and Melbourne play in the last round of the season.
That's one of them will come out. If they win their following, the last 2, they'll go above them.
Yep.
So they need Brisbane to lose one of theirs or Melbourne and Sydney to lose both.
Right, okay. That's how it works. For them to get in the top 4.
So if they win their last 2 games, they just need one of those things to happen and they'll make the top 4.
So the other thing is the Western Bulldogs are outside the 8. They're in 10th and so too St Kilda. So the Doggies are pretty much done, aren't they? They've got 40 points and they can still make it, but everything has to go absolutely
they'll
their
struggle.
way. The Saints are hovering as well.
Darcy Fogarty with 4 goals.
All right, let's listen to the song for the Adelaide Footy Club, who were the winners.
By 16 points.
There they go, the Crows, winners this afternoon, 16-6-102. They defeated West Coast 13-8-86. We'll go to Britt in a moment. I just wanted your thought. And Embers made a really good point about the week that was for the Adelaide Footy Club for them to come out and win. Just your reaction to, firstly, Eddie Betts, the tell-all book, and then Josh Jenkins as well. Were you a little surprised?
Bryce Gibbs,
came out again, and what were your thoughts?
Look, obviously, it's 4 years ago, but it needs to be dug up now, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was more to continue coming out, the Adelaide story. But firstly, for the Adelaide Crows, the current crop, to get out of there, get to Perth, avoid the Adelaide media, as we know over here in WA. We only read about 2 clubs, Fremantle, West Coast, and so it's exactly the same in South Australia, Port Adelaide and Adelaide. They would have hammered that for 3 or 4 days after the Eddie Betts book was released. There's still going to be some more digging in that. Some of the stuff, the bit, and I don't want to go into it too much, the bit that I can't cop is the counselling session where men who don't talk, we see it now so big around the world, mental health in young men is so critical, number one killer. You got men who are brave enough to open up to a counsellor and then to have that used against them and berated is appalling.
That is terrible. It was shocking to hear that.
And you wonder why men don't speak up.
That's right.
And who's going to speak up there now? Do you reckon Josh Jenkins is going to knock on the door for anyone? Eddie Betts?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Absolutely.
Just shows where we're at as a society on a whole, Lex, I think, when you start talking about that misogyny of it all and our own self-working against us.
Yeah, and even you go back to, and you love the UFC beast, Paddy the Baddie, where he spoke after his last fight saying, how important it is for men to speak up. And I don't know the nitty-gritty stuff of those counselling sessions, but, I mean, if you'll get a young man opening up to you about some of the vulnerabilities in their life, and then to use it, I think that's probably worse than anything else that they could have done.
Agree completely. For SKG Radiology, now bulk billing on all Medicare rebatable services. Britt, you are on the boundary or in the rooms. Where are you, and is Embers near you?
We haven't got Embers yet, but I am in the Eagles rooms, and there would be, this probably shows the age of the list, but there would be 15 little kids, probably under 4, running absolutely wild in these Eagles rooms at the moment. There are parents everywhere just trying to keep them contained. They're having the time of their life. But in terms of an injury report, the major one to come out of today's game, Will Hamill, who was subbed out in the second quarter with concussion. So hopefully all the best for him, but we know that he has had a few before.
What do you like daycare-wise? Can you control them?
Oh, this is my domain. I love kids.
Yeah.
I'm just as crazy as them, though. So we've got one who's just turned on a speaker down here. It may even be Danny's shoey little girl. So we are.
Wait till Embers gets down there. It'll be a big kid.
Exactly.
That's right.
So no, they're trying to keep the kids contained.
We'll be waiting for JK. He'll be waiting a while. He's doing a full lap of honour with his two girls, and he's about halfway around the far side of the ground all by himself. The
Players are still here as well.
Yeah, just waiting.
So, no, good on him. Triple M Amy Review. Submit your fan clanger story to amy.com.au, fan insurance, and you can win. X, what do you reckon for the rest of the season? Let's talk about that, because we want to know who's going to finish in the top 4. We want to know who's going to finish in the top 8. We've spoken about it before. It's just, I mean, we know the Cats are going to finish top.
Yeah. Well, there's some big games, right? So Freo are currently 6. They can get in the top thing. From 2nd down to 6th can all finish in the top 4 or miss. And some of them play each other. So Sydney, Collingwood, Carlton, Collingwood, Melbourne, Brisbane, St Kilda, Brisbane, and St Kilda, Sydney. They're the games that will decide it. So Freo have to win their last 2 and hope that a couple of teams above them don't win.
The eighth set, that's all done and dusted. Yep. The Giants, I pick the Giants nearly every week, and they're the biggest letdowns in the competition, really, with the names that they've got on the paper. But they should win the next 2, and they should. I don't know where that'll land them. Obviously, time will tell. But the 8th set, I can't see St Kilda jumping in. Richmond are too good. What they did last night was exceptional. And the Dogs are too far back now. So I think the 8th set in stone. And look, Geelong, the bit I love about Geelong is it's so even. I mean, you go through their last couple of games, it's not taking a Paddy Dangerfield to have 35 and kick 3. It's not taking Hawkins to kick 7 and 8 and Jeremy Cameron. It's such an even team. The young kids are standing up and playing so well. So, I mean, Geelong, how can you go against the story of Collingwood? Such a low percentage too, the lowest percentage in the 8. Collingwood were sitting seconds. Your mob, the D's, were let down on Friday night, but they still played a good brand of footy. The Swans, you're telling me the Swans with that young list and excitement that they can't knock off, they can't go on a little run and win 3 in a row? Of course they can.
Yeah, absolutely. The Blues are the only ones that I'm concerned about, but then again, they've got the Demons and Collingwood to finish. So that's a little tough run, but then if they get one of those two, that keeps the Saints out.
And there's a percentage there of 8% over, so they've got that in their favour as well over St Kilda. It's interesting, and even like Brisbane, so they're sitting 5th. They go on and win last week when they were 42 points up, I think it was. So they win last week, and that turnaround doesn't happen. Then all of a sudden they're sitting in the top 4. They're sitting 3rd. So what a letdown that is. The 42-point turnaround last week, as Josh Kennedy giving a couple of big salutes to everyone, and still the whole team's out there cheering him on. Is he going to get one more lift?
Yeah, surely.
Nah, I reckon he'll walk off now.
He won't be keen for
It's pretty amazing everyone's hung around, though.
No, he's trying to get everyone to go. You're off first, old man.
There he goes. Now he's going down the race. He wanted the team to come with him. A little kiss to the fans. Now he waits for his team. They're still not coming. He's got to go on his own. Shannon Hearn says, I'll come with you.
Yeah.
And down into the rooms. And unfortunately for him, Andrew Embley will be waiting at the other end.
It feels like they're going down to sing the song. Like you're waiting for the song. Imagine when he rocks up and Embers is down there, the first person putting a mic in front of his face.
I reckon 1,001 Embers gets him, to be honest with you. JK might go hide, I think.
He's had enough interviews.
Embers will ask him about the club finances.
Wasn't that the worst question we've ever heard? JL, was it JL? Yeah, it was Loggy. Loggy, just a quick one around the club finances and the situation in the club finds yourself in, please.
There were a couple of key moments in that 4th term. That Bailey Williams goal.
How did he miss that?
When he was 2 metres out.
That would have tied it?
And then just after that, he then dropped that mark 25 metres out. So, which would have, he marked that and kicked it, they would have been in front.
All right, we'll wait for Embers, but Beastie, no, we've got Embers now. Embers!
Yeah, just down here with Whoosh. He's got a couple of proud things to say about his good mate, Josh Kennedy.
Yeah, obviously it's just been a delight to, one, be part of his career and then to observe him over the last 8 or 9 years. Has been brilliant. Everyone's spoken about it. He's just a gentleman, super athlete, super footballer, and been a wonderful contributor to the AFL game.
Can I just ask you, Bush, in the beginning when you went over, tried to get him back, obviously with the Chris Judd trade, just tell us about those early conversations you had with him?
Yeah, well, we were obviously really keen to entice him to the club, but he'd escaped post-season up to Northampton. And just to show you how much we were keen to get him, I couldn't be bothered driving up there, so I just rang him and convinced him over the phone, just in case he said no.
Absolutely brilliant. The boys have just come in, guys, so they're about to sing the song. We'll let Whoosh go. JK.
They won't sing now, Embers.
Is he still out
Why
there?
Why are they singing a song, mate? They got piped.
Where is he? They've got to sing the song. Why not? It's his last. It's his last time. They're going to sing it anyway.
Oh yeah,
the Benga Bus. They can sing that one.
Actually, I've got Liam Ryan just with me right now. Ryan, mate, just fantastic there to witness JK's last game.
My voice sore.
His voice is sore.
I'm not sore, but it's amazing. Playing my first game here with him to his last. Means the world. Watching him as a kid, to being his teammate. I love every moment that I spent with him.
8 goals in his last game. Can you convince him to maybe keep going, Liam?
That's what I just said. After everything, when he kicked 8, I said he might get a contract for next year. But yeah, sad to see him go. But yeah,
good on you, mate. Well spoken, and get around the boys.
All right, who else are you going to attack?
Hey, Ryan, who else you got?
Who else do you want to speak to, guys?
Who's there? Who's there, mate?
Go get Nick Nat.
Yeah, is Nick Nat?
I'll just try to see if I can walk over at the moment.
Yeah, just walk over, mate, honestly. How many Norm Smiths have they won?
Yeah, that's right. You own that club.
Have you got the shirt on, Embers?
I have got the shirt on right now, yes.
The Josh Kennedy one?
Yes, I've got the Josh Kennedy. I've got it on, yep. He's JK's starting to wander over. I'll see if I can get him for a quick chat.
This will be elite.
This is good.
Just doorstop him, Embers.
Just he's having a quick chat with Whoosh at the moment.
All right.
He's been absolutely outstanding. He's been a star, and big emotional game for JK right now, but
just go jam the mic under him. I've seen Martin Brundle do it in the F1, mate. Get in there. Or at least just hold it close enough so you can hear what they're saying.
Yeah, he's right up.
Think boom mic, Embers, boom mic.
Stick under him.
Take it away, Embers. Is he there?
Yeah, he's just having a chat with Whoosh. We'll get him in 2 secs.
Tell him to move on. The final score was 16-6-102. Adelaide winners this afternoon. The Eagles 13-8-86.
He's putting headphones on now, boys.
Yeah, well done,
Embers.
Yes.
I'm absolutely shocked you've nailed it.
8 goals. There's 50,000 people in the stadium today saying, JK, why are you retiring?
Well, why are you in here? There's virtually no media for starters.
Now, I've got the shirt on. We're going to have to get a photo of the shirt. Congratulations on behalf of Triple M.
No, thanks, mate. That's not the first time someone's got it wrong with the Josh Kennedy.
Hey, obviously disappointing result today, but it was nice for the boys to play as well as they did, and 8 goals in your last game. I'm sure it's something you're very proud of.
Yeah, look, it was a tough fight. The boys have fed me a fair bit, so there's probably a lot of ball that come my way that wasn't supposed to. But yeah, look, it was good to, I suppose, end on that. But yeah, it would have been nice to get the win. But no, I can't thank all my teammates enough. It was a very special day.
A few Northampton boys on the bus. Sure to be a pretty quiet night for them and you.
Yeah, just quiet, mate. We'll have a couple of teas later on, and be chilled.
Absolutely outstanding. You guys got any questions for JK?
Oh, JK, mate, firstly, congratulations. Exceptional career. I was draft pick number 3. You were 4, so Hawthorn nailed that one. Mate, how good was it post-game? You got a little bit emotional speaking to Scully on Fox, but to see the 2 daughters and wife who have been through thick and thin with you, mate, family's so important.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's been 17 years playing. I've been with Lauren for just over 14, so she's been well in it since the start, and that's it's been a crazy journey. And we as footballers and I suppose professional sport, we're very selfish. We are very selfish people because we dedicate ourselves to trying to be the best. And we need balance in our life, and the people around you who are selfless for you, they're the ones who create balance, and that's my wife and my family. So I can't thank them enough.
Absolutely, mate. And what obviously time now for it to simmer, but ambitions and goals. What are you looking forward to doing?
Looking forward to chilling out probably this back end of the year and just enjoying some time. It'll be nice to actually watch the footy next weekend and have a beer in my hand in the stands. So I'm probably looking forward to that.
I look forward to finding one with you, mate.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your career and
thanks, mate.
Plenty of good times to come ahead, mate. So well done and go spend some time with the family and teammates. Congratulations.
Will do, mate. Get that hammy right, eh?
And the groin as well.
Good on you, JK. You're a champion.
There he goes. Well done, Embers. Hey, look at that. You're still famous down there inside the West Coast Eagles rooms.
We'll just get a little photo with the shirt, if that's all right, boys, while we're down here.
What do you need to do, mate?
Because when Josh Kennedy retires at the Sydney Swans, there's a fair chance that we'll be getting the JK photo as well.
Well, it might be soon. But,
for those that don't know, we at Triple M had a run of T-shirts made celebrating Josh Kennedy's milestone and farewell game, but it was the wrong Josh Kennedy that was printed on the T-shirt.
Yes, it was. Now, I love that we've got JK quicker than I thought, and really we don't care about the other players now. We've got, I don't want to hear from anyone else. We've got JK, great.
And we've heard from him 3 times now. So
that's
we can
fantastic.
move on. All right, the Triple M VP Award for homeloans.com.au, homeloans.com.au, the best and fairest when it comes to home loans. You're up, X-Man, 3, 2 and 1.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 3, 2 and 1. We'll start at the 1 today. A guy who has had a great season will finish high on the Adelaide's best and fairest. Sam Berry's been a star. Had 8 clearances and 12 tackles to go with 19 disposals. I just feel as though every time there's an opportunity for West Coast to seep out, he seemed to be the one clamping. So he played a fantastic game. I think he's the number 1 tackler in the competition and just shows hard work and pressure can get you a long way. 2 votes to a man who was outstanding. 200 games, 36 disposals, 10 clearances, 2 goals. Rory Laird. I mean, it's a toss of the coin. He was outstanding, but 3 votes today goes to the man who just retired, kicked 8 goals too, and turned back the clock and showed us and left us all with one lasting memory.
Sums up the quality of a player, doesn't it, when one in your 200 game you can have so many possessions, kick 2 goals, and then also for Josh Kennedy to finish his career in one game for 8 goals. Amazing.
Look, if the game was played at Adelaide Oval and Triple M Adelaide were doing the votes, they might have flipped and put Roy Laird on top. But today, Josh Kennedy was the man, and he does say he was fed. I don't think he was. No, I think he just found himself in good position.
The humble man, X.
Yeah. Triple MVP Award, homeloans.com.au, homeloans.com.au, the best and fairest when it comes to home loans. Beastie, you missed out, Beast. You had all 16 pages ready to go.
I did. We've been padding for 45 minutes.
I was going to him about 20 times.
JK is a bit more important than I today.
Only a little bit.
Only today.
Only a little bit. Adelaide winners. JK a sensation, though. He kicked 8 goals. Rory Laird, a star as well in game 200. A big afternoon of footy here in the West. Hope you enjoyed it. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.